us a win, yo. Give 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 us a win, yo. In blue we stand, united we rise. No more defeats. Let's break down these doors. Texas rising up. We will stand tall. Together we fight. We will conquer all. Give us a win, yo. 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 In blue we stand. United we rise. The banters they throw, we are rising again. No matter the cost. Give us a win, yo. Give us a win, yo. In blue we stand. United we rise. No more defeats. Let's break down these doors. Justice rising up. We will stand tall. Together we fight. We conquer all. Give us a win, yo. 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 In blue we stand. United we rise.
We are faithful and true.
With hope in our hearts, we will push through.
When is it gonna end, Robbie? I've had enough of it.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Oh, right, guys, we are back. We are back for another preview. Another derby. another derby, another game against Brentford. Can we try beat them this time? This would be nice. This would be nice. It would be good to see us go 2-2 after that Carabao Cup final embarrassment. There'll be a little bit of a step forward, but only just a little bit. But we're going to delve into everything regarding the Brentford game. There's also a lot of news that's come out of Chelsea in the last 24 hours or so. So keep a look at. We're going to discuss all of that. We got yet another Gallagher update, which is the same old shit that we've seen for months. Osimhen updates, Gyokeres updates, Amorim updates. Sheffield United away has been moved to 5:30 on the 7th of April due to a request from Sheffield United. Something to do with some marathon on at Sheffield earlier on in the day. So to anybody traveling, you now have less time to get back after the game. Sorry to hear. Whether I go, I don't know. That's my birthday weekend. Although Sunday actually suits me. It means I can go out on the Saturday and then step out. So maybe I'll go. Because, I mean, that should be a guaranteed 3 points. I swear, if we lose away at Sheffield United, just pack up the whole season. Pack up the whole fucking season. That place is an all-you-can-eat buffet. If we go there and we don't eat, we are finito, bruv. We are actually so done out. But we should win. I feel like you can call that fixture out now because if you lose that, we're all finished. We're all finished. Right. Big up to Maldini. Big up to Okiza. Wait, there's a new update. I'm guessing that's for mods. All right, cool. Fairs. Big up to Ernan. Big up to Mediterranean. Big up to TJ. Big up to Kenny. Big up to Jean Emmanuel. Big up to Iron Technique. Big up to Ravi. Big up to everybody that is in here. Big up all my guys. Big up everybody. Jay, I know, but I'm just tired of this season. So, where should we start? So I saw from Fabrizio, first off, that Chelsea are not considering a deal for Victor Gyokeres. He said that, what was it? He said a month ago that Chelsea are not considering this deal and that Arsenal are. So maybe we do have to put all the Gyokeres links onto the back burner. So it looks like it's just going to be Osimhen. Oh yeah, Cam, I didn't even see you in there. Big up, my guy. Big up, brother. It looks like it's going to be Osimhen. There's already been Mikel quotes from yesterday saying Osimhen loves Chelsea and wants to come. He wants to follow... Well, that's a pause. He wants to follow my footsteps as a Nigerian to play for Chelsea. Which, cool. I guess that means that's the striker confirmed. There's also reports saying that Chelsea have been told to pay 113 million release clause in full. Cool. Like, I didn't expect anything else. I feel like that's a bit of a baseless report. If you have to pay that full money, go pay it. I want a striker. I want an actual striker in the summer. Go and get me Osimhen. If you want Chelsea, in spite of the mess that we're in, cool. I accept that loyalty. Roll through to the Chelsea. Get that 130 million sorted and sort it out immediately. And other than that, I ain't got shit to say about Osimhen because I know this whole story is going to keep doing the rounds until the end of the summer. If he wants to join Chelsea, no ifs, no buts, no maybes, get him here. Get him here. He is a fucking bagsman. I don't care about the all-round game and all of that. He's going to score goals if you feed him chances. My biggest problem is our structure and the fact that we don't make chances consistently throughout the 90. Just get me a bagsman. Don't care. I don't give a shit past that, but cool. 113 million, shock and horror. Big up to Flawless in the chat. Big up. Chelsea are considering a move for Ghent left-back Archie Brown, who could cost around 50 million. Chelsea are likely to want cover for Ben Chilwell. Cover for Chilwell, does he know? I don't want cover for Chilwell. I want a replacement for Chilwell. I want somebody else as my starting left back. I don't want Chilwell starting for my football club in big 2024. My man said cover. Cover. I don't want fucking cover at left back. I want a left back. Chelsea are hoping to sell Cucurella and Maatsen. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not even surprised as Cucurella. That's the one they want to get rid of. That's what my source has been saying for months. Chilwell outlasts everybody. Great. Fucking great. Brilliant. Yeah, and also, I don't know who the fuck Archie Brown is either. Right, who is that, brother? Has anyone heard anything about him in the chat? This is the first time I've heard of this guy's name in my life. Who is an Archie Brown? What is that? What is that? Let me do a quick check. Who is this brother? Okay, so Twitter's not saying anything. Seen one move on him on Twitter doing a 1-2. And a deflected cross that went in. Okay. Okay. Does Google have anything? Archie Brown. What is an Archie Brown? Ah, God knows. Has he? So I think he's only been playing. He's been playing in Switzerland and in Belgium. His Wikipedia page is like 2 paragraphs long. Yeah, you know what? I'll just ask Steve. I'll ask Steve. How old is he? How old is he? 21. He's a Brummy boy. Okay. Is there any scouting report on him? Is there any scouting report? No, there isn't. Any Freds? Any Freds? So he's trained at Derby County, then joined Lausanne freely in 2021. He's an attacking left back with excellent physical qualities. He is a player with a lot of activity in his lane. He likes to project himself with the ball and combine to provide support. Okay, so he's an attacking left back. Is involved in several different systems: 4-3-3, 3-4-3, 3-5-2. Strong points: activity, percussion, ball driving. Well, he says endurance, technical quality, motor skills, overall power, dry cleaning, dribbling and aerial game. Areas for improvement: defensive placement, reading spaces in the defensive phase, guessing final third output, strike technique, playing under pressure, and tactical maturity. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Okay. Whatever. No, more youth. Cool. Fine. What did that source even say? So we're it's another monitoring thing. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Cool. We're monitoring another youth player. I don't care. Fine. Thank you for the link anyway, Maldini. Appreciate that. But whatever. Let's see who we actually go for in the summer before I actually say anything. But fine. So yeah, Osimhen is likely going to be our striker, though. So keep a lookout for that. And he still wants to join this mess. Big up. Big up. What other news was there? So Chelsea's priority, according to Fabrizio Romano, let me bring this up on the big screen too. Big up, Bobby, my G. Big up. Chelsea's priority is to decide and review at the end of the season about Pochettino. Let's see on the next games. They want results, and the pressure is on since 2 months ago. The pressure's been on for Pochettino since January. What a mentality from our owners and directors. What a mentality. Liverpool, Chelsea, and other clubs appreciate Ruben Amorim, who has a €30 million release clause. Brother, activate that already, man. Activate it already. There's also more at the end where it says Chelsea do not want to sack Pochettino this season. This is the plan. So our plan is to fuck off. Our plan is to just keep him till the end of the season. And yeah, we just got that from Fabrizio as well as confirmation. Cool. So I'm on flight mode in the Premier League then. I'm on flight mode. Unless we go on a run of like 5 victories in a row, which I wouldn't put money on. But my bigger worry is us taking so long to give up on Poch and start looking for replacements that by the time we do it, maybe a guy like Amorim has already got a pre-agreement with another club. That's the bigger worry. Like, I would start talking to Amorim right now. I'd start talking to replacement managers right now. But hell, I would have sacked him right now. I would have already had an interim right now. So I don't even know what to ask for at this point. If I'm asking for them to do something now, I'm asking for them to finally show competency, and they haven't shown any of it. You just better hope by the time you get a clue and realize Poch isn't good enough, that he's still there and he still wants his job. Because I swear, if all of the good managers are gone by the time you lot realize Poch isn't it, we're finished. We're fucking finished. Although we're already finished. We're facing a Brentford team that's lost 12 in their last 15, and I don't have any fucking confidence. Don't feel like I have any fucking confidence at all. I feel that reports about FFP and sacking him this season was true. I don't. I think it's a case if we get into Europe and then we need to sell players in order to do that, and we have enough players that we can sell, that is not going to be that deep. It's not going to be that deep at all. But fine. Like, I feel like they're finally starting to get to the point that Pochettino isn't the manager for us anyway. Because I did see this. Chelsea are set to recruit specialist coaches to work in a new dedicated set-piece department, despite Coach Pochettino dismissing the idea only a month ago. Our manager. Pochettino previously dismissed this idea, suggesting previously that him and his staff were looking at a set-piece specialist player instead, which really doesn't surprise me. Of course he dismissed the idea of a set-piece coach. He probably doesn't even know how to set them up himself. Probably explains how shit we are at defending them. We just do vibes, right? Everyone just get into a decent position and head the ball out. Just head the ball out. If a ball's going into the box, I don't need to tell you where to be. Just read the ball and head it out. Whatever. I just hope this is a sign of lack of faith in him, because it gives me a little bit of hope that he'll be gone. And it gives me a bit of hope that we might already be looking for his replacement. And I know it's hopium, but it's all I have. All I have left is my hopium. If I don't have my hopium, I am just depressed. I'm just depressed. But cool. We might be good at set pieces again soon. We might be a little bit decent. Would also explain why we're so shit at it right now. Wait, are we saying we don't have set piece coaches? Do we not have set piece coaches? Let me know in the comments if I'm bugging and we do. So I have somebody to direct this anger towards. But I don't know. Now I don't know if we have a set piece coach or not. Now I'm very confused. But yeah, that's good to hear at least. Oh, we don't. We sent him to Bayern. Okay. Okay, great. Fucking great. Yeah, Anthony Barry was the last one I knew about. Part of me thought we would have brought somebody else in after that, but clearly that was too much to ask for our owners. Right, so we lost a guy in a key role in our backroom staff. You know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to replace him. Unless someone can tell me that we do have a set-piece coach. As far as I know, nope. Nope, we don't have a single one. Big up to the 424 of you lot locked in here. How many likes do we have? 64 likes. Come on, guys. Rise it up. Apologies, I didn't see these super chats. Big up to Daniel, Proper Chelsea. Big up my G. Saying Gallagher brace tomorrow. He gets the club. Proper Chelsea Daniel is here. Big up Proper fucking Chelsea. My G. Although, according to certain people, if you don't go home and away and follow the club every week, you're not proper. You're not proper fucking Chelsea. But big up my guy, Daniel. Big up to Tommy Beat saying, would you have taken Hiddink as interim? Brother, let that guy retire in peace. You know, we dragged him out of retirement for the second interim role, and that was like nearly a decade ago. Let that brother enjoy the twilight of his life in peace without having to deal with this absolute shit show. Leave that brother alone. Leave him alone. He's just enjoying his retirement. He's probably on vacation somewhere, sipping some nice drink. Leave him. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. But yeah, big up to Tommy Beats, my guy. Big up to Tommy Beats. So we also got Sammy Mockbell saying, Chelsea have set a minimum price tag of, get this, 50 million for Conor Gallagher. We never knew that. Breaking news. 50 million will get you a Conor Gallagher. We didn't know this. With contract talks at an impasse, more reports saying Chelsea are unwilling to give him a contract above 150k a week, which... Does Gallagher really want over 150k a week? Does he really? I find it a bit hard to believe, but like, it's not out of the realm of possibility. It's not completely out of the realm of possibility. Now, 150k a week, I'm fine with. I don't really care about him being on that much, but I wouldn't give him more. I've said that enough times. I wouldn't give him more than 150k. I don't think he deserves it. I don't think he's good enough for it, and he hasn't shown a level that deserves more than that. We broke our wage barrier for Nkuku, and we broke it for Enzo, and I understand it for them too. I don't understand it for Connor. So if he wants more than that, oh, well, we're going to have some very uncomfortable conversations about Conor Gallagher. It's going to be Mason Mount 2.0, and boy, I don't want it to be like that, but it'll be another dagger in the heart of all the player stands. They're going to cry, they're going to cry, and they're going to fucking cry some more. They're going to go to sleep, they're going to wake up in the morning, and they're going to start crying yet again. So, we'll see. I don't mind him signing for anything around 150 and below that. Don't mind. But above. No. You can have that as performance incentivized bonuses. No, that's fine. Because you'd have to play well. You'd have to play well to earn that money. So get a performance incentivized thing. If you're that good. And then prove your worth. Prove your worth. But hey, we will see. We will see, people. This is going to become a very tasty saga as the season continues. But he will be going. He will be going. Will I do a Gallagher leaving party if he leaves? I don't know. It depends on my mood, and it depends on how the Gallagher stands are. If they're on their unbearable shit, which I expect them to be, then we might have to run a little party. If not, just going to do some sort of stream bigging up the sale and all of that. Big up to Kosovo Baller saying he needs to prove he's worth 150k. Exactly. He's had most of the season and he hasn't done it. He hasn't done shit. So, I don't know. I think it's the length of the contracts Connor won't sign for. I'd give him 150k, but he will stay on that for 6. But will he stay on that for 6 years with incentives? Probably not. I could actually. No. Actually, no. You're meant to be proper Chelsea. The whole point of this whole Gallagher prop is that he gets the club. He understands the club. He only wants to play for Chelsea. So, no. Sign up for 6 years. And yeah, do it on incentives because that constantly incentivizes you to play at your best. Why are you worried about that unless you can't play at your best, Connor? Why are you worried? Figure that one out. So no, I actually don't. Poch leaving party will happen. That will happen. It's just however long it takes might determine how much we celebrate. Because if, like, let's say we lose and I see Poch get sacked on Monday, I'm still going to be saying too late. We'll celebrate to a point, but then it's going to stop and I'm going to say too late. It's too fucking late. Big up Tommy saying 150k plus for Gallagher. Bruv, we won. Be happy. Apologies, man. Apologies, man. I forgot we won. So, smile. Smile. Happy faces. Happy faces, people. Everybody smile. Everybody smile. I'd play Three Little Birds if I weren't going to get demonetized. Big up to Daniel saying he has more goals than Bruno, KDB, and Odegaard, though. Give him what he wants. Proper fucking Chelsea. Proper Chelsea. Big facts. Big facts. He's got more goals than Bruno. That's all we need. That's all we need. He's probably got more chances created than all of them. Proper Chelsea. Proper Chelsea. He also manages to exceed his expected claps per game. My guy. My guy. I did celebrate the Potter leaving, and then Lampard happened. I'll be real. That's also what quietly frightens me if Poch gets sacked, because if I see Lampard in the dugout again, I don't think I'm going to a single game till the end of the season. I don't think I'm going to a single match. Not a single game. Fuck that. What else was there? What else was there? So, was there any other news? Yes, actually, I forgot. We have shit rumor of the day. It's good to wheel this back up. It's good to wheel this back up. Where is it? So, from Footy Insider. Football Insider has said Chelsea could move for Aaron Ramsdale. Chelsea are plotting a raid for Arsenal's 25-year-old who wants to leave. It is believed Blues transfer chiefs see the 25-year-old as a good option, despite his demotion to second choice at the Emirates Stadium this season. Sources have told Football Insider on the 26th of February that Ramsdale is keen to leave Arsenal in the transfer window. Pochettino is keen to improve his goalkeeping department this summer, despite signing 2 new shot stoppers just last year, and Chelsea signing 4 in the last 2 years. Meanwhile, the Londoners also plan to listen to offers for Robert Sanchez. Huh? Okay. Sure. Yeah, this is shit rumor of the week, man. Don't even fall for it. Sure. Ramsdale. I stopped listening to these links in October, and man, I just started wheeling them up again. Boring. That says 75 million. You will not get your Havertz money back. You will not. Darko said you want a GK. Did he? Well, if we're getting one, he better be world class. I'm not trying to do more potential bullshit, man. If you're going for a goalkeeper again, you're going for somebody proven. You're not going for another potential. I have enough potential. You've bought enough of that. There is a whole Slanina. There is a whole Petrovic. You even brought in Robert Sanchez. I'm sure there's one other guy that I've forgotten the name of. So, no, we're not doing more potential, because, like, what's the point? You got 3 potential goalkeepers. There's only 1 position. So what are we doing? I don't really believe it. Unless you're just accepting you fucked up with Sanchez already, which is like, all right, cool. 30 million down the drain and all that shit. Big up to Miguel saying, want Poch gone, but optics will be bad if he's sacked mid-season. The next-gen managers like Amorim will want at least 1 season to implement style. Now, I hear that. But I doubt Amorim will have me 11th in March. So, I would need optics to a point. But, I mean, if you use context, Pochettino has been given so many opportunities and he has fucked up every single one of them. So, fuck him. So, like, I'd like them to be able to use context. Please, they need to remember the fact that Chelsea needs to have standards. We need to have standards. Bun the optics. Look at where we are. Any manager that comes in, your target is to get us out of this shit and just to progress. Trust progress, not the process. So, We have to see. But big up for your donation, my friend. Big up, my guy. So with that in mind, we go into the match preview. Our third game in 7 days. So we travelled to the G-Tech Community Stadium for a West London derby. Brentford versus Chelsea. We're looking for revenge. Again. We lost 2-0 in the reverse fixture. I think we lost 2-0 in the fixture before that. We drew 0-0 in the fixture before that. We lost 4-1 in the fixture before that. And then we won the one before that, thankfully. Like, we are facing a Brentford team in hideous form. Hideous form. They've lost 12 in their last 15. They are 5 points off the drop. And they sit in 16th. So, realistically, they should be there for the taking. But, of course, in steps Pochettino. We already know the script. In steps this guy to go and fuck it all up again. But ideally, we should win. No, it's not 10. From what I've seen, it's 12 in 15. 12 in 15. Can't underestimate our ability to fuck this up, and especially with the injuries and how tired the team is going to be after 2 games in the last 6 days. I don't think it's going to be easy at all. Yeah, Warrior. I think it was 10 in 12 and 12 in 15. So I think that's what the stat was. I expect to see one of Enzo or Caicedo being dropped. Probably Enzo, because I think we're just going to need Caicedo a little bit more in this team. Obviously, you need both of them, but if you're going to put a gun to my head, we need Caicedo in this team. So you might see Enzo off the bench. Other than that, I'm not really too sure what changes you're going to see in this game. I think Gusto comes into the team. Chilwell will be back in the lineup. I know Thiago Silva and Cucurella are back in training, but I don't expect either of them to start. Gallagher, Caicedo, Palmer. Potentially, you might see Mudryk start again in the 10. And you might see Palmer and Sterling on the wings. There might be the chance you see that. I'd expect to see Jackson up top. I think that would be the team. It's just the back 2. You probably see... Cole played the whole 90, didn't he? So I don't know. Maybe you see the Sassy and Silva. I don't know. I'm not too sure about the back 4. Yeah, Warrior. My source has got... Here's the thing. My source has got one person wrong in the last 2 lineup leaks. So for the most part, he's got it correct, but it's not 100% consistent anymore. So now I can't be saying these lineup leaks with full confidence. Now I have to say there might be some change. But yeah, the last 2 we got wrong. Palmer was meant to start in the last one, and then it was Madueke instead. The one before that, Sanchez was meant to start, and Petrovic started. So we'll see. Into the Poch quotes. So Pochettino said, his objective till the end of the season is to win every single game. We hope we can win all of the games and be in the final of the FA Cup. We need to start to win games in the Premier League and arrive close to the positions at the top. Some nice waffle, but I mean, anything about winning the FA Cup, or do we just want to take part again? Is that the plan? Do we just want to take part, or do we want to win the whole thing? Because I mean, that's the whole point of being in cup competitions. It's not about making finals. It's not about finals being a success, like you said a few days ago. But hey, whatever, man. Whatever. Big up to Joey in the chat. Big up my guy. Big up to my guy. On Sanchez versus Petrovic, I nearly said Sanchovic. Fucking hell. I don't know if to tell or not to tell you. They know already. Always is tough when you only need to pick 11 players. It's really not tough. Petrovic starts, and thank you. But I'm not really that worried. I expect Petrovic to start. You didn't start Sanchez in the cup for Bantz. It's because he's the cup goalkeeper now. So cool. And also, Chelsea-Leicester is a 12:45 kickoff, which is a little bit early for me. It's a little bit early for me. So I might have to do the old swerve and stay out of that one. Although they're going to call me plastic. They're going to call me plastic again. But yeah, 12:30 kickoff. Ha ha. Ha ha. That is usually when I wake up. That's usually when I wake up. But I understand that Liverpool United are the main event, so they're going to be the 3:30 kickoff. That's fine. But yeah, swerve. Not doing that shit. Not doing that. Pochettino says maybe yes in terms of last week being the toughest at Chelsea, which I think is surprising. I still would say the toughest week would have probably been losing to Man United and Everton back to back, but cool. Because we feel really disappointed. We were so close. After 90 minutes, we were the better side. We didn't keep the injury. We didn't keep the energy. Sorry, I'm half asleep. That's why we lose. We all feel really disappointed. But finals are not to deserve or not to deserve. It's about to win. He contradicts himself every week. Guy talks about finals being there to win and then talks about making the final being a massive achievement literally a few days ago. Do you have any consistency in your being? Do you have a consistent bone in your body? Do you have a consistent take in life? I don't think so. I really don't think so. We need to assess Thiago and Mark, says Pochettino. We still need to decide, but maybe it's possible for both of them to be ready to be involved in the squad tomorrow. It is 2 bits of good news if they will be available to be in the squad. I mean, put them on the bench if you want. I don't know why either of them would start. Maybe you need an emergency left back, God knows, but like, I wouldn't throw Silva straight into this game. I wouldn't throw Silva into this game at all. Especially seeing as I expect Brentford to sit back just like they did last time we played them at the Bridge. But hey, good that they're back at least. Good that they're back. So Kepa will return to Chelsea. Not even shocked.
When is it going to end, Robbie? I've had enough of it.
Not even shocked. Not even shocked. At least he comes back with a year left on his contract. Fine. Fine. Just arrive, say nothing, and leave. Leave immediately. Leave indefinitely and don't come back. Don't come back. But I have nothing left to say about Kepa because he ain't good enough anyway. I don't give a shit about him. I said sadly he's better than Sanchez. Is he? Is he even? Because like both are good shot stoppers, and both have very overrated distribution. So I don't know. I'm saying he is. Okay, you know what? Maybe you guys think it. I just think it's a raging mid-off. Like this is literally the definition of a fucking mid-off. I'm not even gonna argue Sanchez or Kepa. Like I don't have the energy for that today. I don't. Like you know what it is? We lose. It's a lose-lose at the end of it. There's no point. There's no point. Guys, let's not even debate this shit. Let's not debate this shit, please. Please, we are so down bad. It's outrageous. It's fucking outrageous. Just Petrovic. Just Petrovic. Sanchez puts the ball in more danger than Kepa. Yeah, I mean, I hear it, but like, I've seen Kepa also just hoof the ball out for throw-in. So again, it's just a raging mid-off. Like, I just CBA for it all. CBA. But yeah, big up, my guys. Big up. Link time. Link time. Big up to Warrior. Big up to Warrior, my guy. Hit the like, subscribe. Link is going out to the panel. Let's see what my G's are saying. Hopefully Steve's about. Maybe he knows a little thing about Archie Brown. And other than that, let's see what everybody's saying. Tomorrow, obviously, watch-alongs will be doing that. I know Tottenham and I think there's another top 6 team are playing at the same time as Chelsea, but I'm not even going to pretend that we're going to be keeping an eye out on that. It will be Brentford versus Chelsea. Should be on Peacock, so it should be straightforward. Ah. All right, shit. I should have kept that one up. How many likes are we on, by the way, guys? 121. Let's get to 200. Rise it up, my guys. Rise it up. Nearly done. Cool. Nearly done. All right. Everyone's doing their favorite Chelsea impersonations. Everybody's disappeared. So roll through with a couple questions. We'll turn this into a little Q&A. Oh, wait. Big up to Nathan, my G. What are you saying, brother?
Big up, Lewis. Yeah, this game's going to be a bit of a banana skin, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. This one's a banana skin waiting to happen. The fact that they're in such shit form and I got zero confidence just says a lot. Says a lot about where we are as a football club.
Pretty much. Because
Are you
their
feeling
form
a
is
bit of
terrible.
confidence?
Not really, to be honest. Like, their form's terrible, but we sort of like win, lose, and then it's like games we should lose, we win or draw. Games we should lose, you never know. So it's one of those things with Poch. I don't even know who the starting 11 is going to be, to be honest. The
I'm gonna be
amount of
so
minutes
real.
people played.
If we had played the full week, if we hadn't played the whole week, I might have a bit of hope for this game. But the fact that we've played twice in the last 7 days, our form, our manager, our game management.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
We're going to end up with a lot more academy kids on the bench. Probably guess that.
No worries, Joey, man. Life is life, brother. Life is life.
Big up, Liz.
It's all good.
Yeah,
But
big up everybody.
Big up, my guys.
Yeah, big up Cenac, big up Jimmy.
Yeah.
Like,
big up
this
all
is
my
like
people.
one of those games, but we just need to get a win. Like, you cannot be losing to a Brent. Like, I know they got Tony and all that. They got a good team, good management style that they play. But come on, man, we can't be losing to Brentford at the GTEC.
I mean, it's a away game. We're gonna go up against a low block. They're probably gonna try to get into our kids' heads. I mean, it's screaming 1-0 that we lose. I mean,
I got us at a draw, but that's probably as optimistic as I can get.
Yeah, I mean,
Draw is very optimistic.
That is very optimistic.
It is. Especially like someone like Tony, you know what I mean? Like, he could have like an off day, but still bag a double. Like, we're still leaking goals. So he better not start Sanchez. I swear to God.
No, he better not. He
won't start Sanchez. I'm not worried about that.
No.
Yeah.
He's an idiot, but he's not that much of an idiot.
There was some talk that he used the match just as a pretense to get Sanchez into the thick of things to get him back into the starting 11, but I'm like, hopefully it's not true.
I mean,
Petr
even
was
if that's
funny.
the case, then he failed his audition.
Yeah, he did.
Boy, did he fail
He
his
did
audition.
absolutely nothing to say, this is why I wear the number 1 shirt. No,
he did
nothing.
fuck all.
He literally like comes back in and already our defenders are shaky as hell and giving hospital passes edge of the box. So
I mean, that's why when Petrovic is in goal, the defense stays more calm. It doesn't panic. With Petrovic, it's a different thing.
That's the thing. Like people big up his passing range, and I didn't see any of that in that game at all. Like I saw pretty much the worst of his passing. So
I still feel like the first goal that we conceded, Petrovic would have saved it. Like Sanchez didn't do nothing. He just looked at the ball and let it go in.
But potentially, but I gotta give Sanchez the benefit of the doubt for that one, just because like the ball we lost the ball in a very dangerous area. You have to react quickly to it. I'll give him the benefit for that one.
Yeah, look, those
I don't know what
I
don't know what Disasi was doing there, but could have just cleared it.
He looked.
He was
terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it just sort of seems like. Because we know that whole report, and it seems to obviously every game, match day, like the day before, is like a heavy, fitness training and whatnot. Like that's games like that. It makes more sense when we're making stupid passes. Like these guys look tired mentally and physically. I don't know. Like against a team like Brentford, you'd think you would learn not to like run these players ragged before a match day against a team like Brentford, especially. Like it's one of those things where we'll see if we start the game bad or first like 20, 30 minutes, we're not looking on it. But yeah, look, draw, that's probably as best as I can probably be optimistic about the match. But yeah, that's my take on it, really.
If history proves itself in this game, we're gonna see our best shot in the first half, right? So I'm gonna be looking for the players to keep their cool in the first half. If we can get a goal in the first half, then I'll be more optimistic as far as us getting a draw and or maybe just winning the game outright, because we all know that we're not going to do shit in the second half. We're probably going to go, we're probably, even if we're up or down, we're still going to probably be on the back foot. We're probably going to be a little passive, play for a draw or, just protect ourselves for some stupid reason. I mean, this is the trend that we've been showing in this game, but I'm more interested in seeing like how these kids are going to actually be mentally. Are they going to improve mentally? Because last time Brentford came to the Bridge, they just beat us up both mentally and physically.
Yeah.
So I really want to see if they can control their emotions. Because I know, like, the team always goes after, the personality of the manager, right? But I mean, the one thing I do like about these kids are they do like a good fight. They're not punks like we were last year, so that's a positive. But it seems like we've gone from being pussyfied to just overly emotional at the wrong time. So if we can check our emotions and hopefully get a goal from somewhere, I don't care who. Then we can just pray in the second half. That's pretty much it.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I think we're gonna struggle in this game, and do you know why is that, Lewis?
Yeah, facts, Derek.
What variation of reasons is it? Is it the manager? Is it the setup? Is it the fact that if we score early, he's going to take the sting out of the game? Is it the fact that if we don't score early, Brighton are going to get more confident? Is it going to be his game management, his substitutions, his starting lineup, the defensive set pieces? Which one?
I'm gonna say probably his tactics and who he starts.
Okay. So we're going to focus on tactics.
The one thing that worries me as well, why do we every time play so good against big teams, but when it comes to smaller teams, we play dog shit? Why is that?
Mentality.
I even think that one's more false, if anything. We just turn up for Man City.
That's it. Because imagine if we're 2-0 up in the second half and he decides to play 5 defenders on the back and just sit back.
I mean, I'd understand that at 2-0 more than 1-0. But my biggest problem is you have a 1-goal lead and you want to try and hold that like we're even good at holding a 1-goal lead. At least try and hold on to a 2-goal lead.
I don't know why.
I mean, the Luton game was a bit of a struggle to hold on to that 2-goal lead as well. So
in Villa, we even tried to do that with a 3-goal lead.
Yeah, it was 3-goal. Yeah, that was even worse.
Yeah.
We almost gave up a 3-goal lead. We could have lost 4-3 that game.
Yeah.
If they would have hit the target on the last on their last 2 big chances. That's the sad
Right,
part.
there's just zero reason to be confident for this game.
No,
there really
just get
is.
it over and done with.
Yeah.
You struggle with ball, like when they just spam crosses in the box. Any opposition team spams crosses in the box. We usually get to the first ball, but sometimes ball watching is the bane of our existence. It's constant ball watching and then 3 headers, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think he's going to give Mudryk a chance after the last game?
Oh yeah, I think Mudryk, because I was just going to ask that as well. What do you guys make of like certain players, like obviously Cole Palmer? Like I'm not going to say he has lost his form, so to speak, but you got like the likes of Mudryk being in the cold for how many weeks, right? Comes in, had a decent performance, gets a goal. Sterling gets an assist, but before that was rubbish. Palmer struggling a little bit, but maybe I heard he was a bit sick or something, so maybe it's
Poch did say that apparently he was sick before the game and he didn't want to start him.
But like our forward line can never be consistent. Like we just can't seem the best out of most of our forwards, however many players are playing up front, 3 up top, striker and whatnot. So I don't know what you guys make of that, but it's just like a yo-yo sort of performance. One player steps up, like a Mudryk, and the others sort of wilter and disappear. And then next match, maybe Mudryk has a stinker, but then like Sterling shows up. It's just, it's a head scratcher, but I don't know how much that's down to.
I mean,
go ahead, Lewis. I'm sorry.
No, you go. It's fine.
No, I was just gonna say, like with Mudryk, I mean, he had a decent game last game, so I would like to see him playing the 10 again. I understand. I call him a slant 4-headed retard. As a footballer, I get that, but at the same time, as long as he's wearing a Chelsea shirt, I want him to succeed.
100%.
But I would like to see him in the 10 to see how he plays against Premier League teams, to see like if this is a real option to play him in the 10 to maybe unlock him. If so, then great. That's good for him, and that's good for us. I just don't know if it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to work, just because I've seen him not be able to accept the ball in tight spaces, and then also he doesn't make great decisions when he's in tight spaces. You know what I mean? He does have a great pass on him when he has a lot of space, and everything he does real well when he has space. But in the Prem, you don't have that. You're not allotted that amount of space. So if he looks good, yeah, sure. Let's see him get a couple runs of games. But with Poch, I mean, he's so disjointed with his lineups. It's like
he changes it every week.
I'll be a better test if anything.
Poch just change stuff every week, and you just don't know who he's going to start.
Yeah, we just don't know. So hopefully,
especially now with the fact that the team's exhausted.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I think that probably is attributed to why we're not seeing cohesive performances from our front, our forwards, and the link-up play between striker and the attacking mids and all that. Like Conor Gallagher, like obviously that final was, he missed absolute sitters, right?
Oh,
and then he buries like a decent chance, like a good chance, turns and hits it first time, buries it against Leeds United, and it's like, all right, sure, you're thinking in your head, how can you not do that more on a consistent basis? But it's like you should good technique. But seriously, like we just cannot.
Wow. God damn.
That is mental.
Yeah, that was terrible. But like, if Mudryk does half decent, then fair play to him. But if he doesn't, then I guess there's no real position for him in the starting 11 at all.
Yeah, I mean, I just really feel he just needs to get out of the spotlight and just develop somewhere, like either in France or Portugal, if we get the Sporting deal done, which I think it will get done, hopefully in the summertime, because at least if he goes to Sporting, he can still get Champions League football and still play against elite people, but then also develop and learn how to actually play the game the way it's supposed to, because when he was at Shakhtar, he was the centerpiece, and then we kind of fell into that trap, like what we did with Havertz, with Leverkusen, so they literally built the team around him, and we thought he was this generational talent where, now luckily, like thankfully, Arsenal were stupid enough to give us 60 mil.
Oh yeah, we used that 60 mil to get Cole Palmer. He's done more than Havertz.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, we gotta get out of jail free card, but then we went and just, went on a
Yeah.
night out and wrecked the Benz and got and got Mudrik. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like him because he works hard. He doesn't. I mean, he has a little bit of immaturity issues. Yeah, sure, but he's
Yeah.
what, 23. I mean, you don't really mature until you're like 25, 26 anyway.
Yeah,
So
mid-20s, yeah.
yeah. So I mean, with him, I really do want him to succeed. I'm still gonna clown him, but I genuinely do want him to succeed. Anybody, even Gallagher, while they're holding the Chelsea shirt, because I want the club to
100%.
succeed. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's we'll just wait and see, man.
Oh,
We'll just wait and
Chukwuemeka's
see.
back in training. Fair enough.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just
You
I
might
saw
see him in a
like
month.
Yeah, well, yeah. That means he's probably doing double sessions right now.
oh god,
So
yeah,
what do we
it's
think of this
possibility.
Osimhen rumor that he wants Chelsea? Do we think it's going to happen or?
If
Yep.
it's gonna happen,
I think
that's the
Osimhen's gonna
big
be the
question.
It's
number
looking
one.
like it.
Big up to Sean Newlands as well, because he says, sorry if you discussed, I just joined. Osimhen, Tony, Gyokeres, who we want. Got a weird feeling that Gyokeres will be an animal. I did want to bring this up as well, seeing as you mentioned it from Pies.
Nice.
Reposted a Fabrizio post saying that he said Chelsea is not considering Gyokeres and Arsenal are. So I'd rule us out of the Gyokeres race for right now.
I'm
Unless
not gonna
maybe
lie though.
Amorim joins, we might go in late.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
that could
lie.
be a possibility.
Gyokeres, like I've become a fan of him under Amarim, and that kid
Yeah.
is an animal. He is bullying people in the Portuguese league. And then from what I heard from Strasbourg Steve, I don't know if he's around, but he was saying the same thing. He was doing the same thing in the championship. So I mean, he just upped his game the last 2 years. So
Part of me feels like that might be the reason why we don't pursue him as a number one pick. Because
yeah.
we could have got him for cheaper a year ago. Makes it look
Well,
like the whole idea of data analysis and trying to get players on the cheap. Well, this one just slipped through.
yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's going to be Osimhen, especially with all the stuff that we're hearing from John Obi Mikel now and everything. It does feel like people are really pushing Osimhen to Chelsea, and it does look like there's a chance.
Don't believe Mikel. Mikel is, listen, I'm a Nigerian as well, man. We scam all the time. He's scamming you guys so you can listen to his podcast. He's not coming to Chelsea, bro. Don't believe. Obi Mikel told you he's coming. He's not coming to Chelsea, brother. Like,
yeah, but you don't
there's
know
so
that.
many factors. Yeah, I'm giving my opinion. When I'm not talking like I work for the club. What I'm saying is, we haven't paid a release clause yet. We usually like to negotiate it, either pay over a certain amount of time, and whoever it is. The guy we're dealing with is an asshole. He doesn't care about any of that. It's either you pay him his release clause or you fuck off. So that's where I don't see that happening, us paying that and giving him whatever wages they want to give him.
Well,
I'm not saying he doesn't want to come to Chelsea, but are we going to pay 113, whatever it is, up front? Like De Laurentiis is going to want us to pay? I don't think so. We haven't done that yet.
No, I don't think we're gonna pay 112 or 113 million up front, but we are. But the thing is, nobody is going to pay that up front. So they've already understood. Like someone.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah, I'm positive. Who's gonna pay 113 in one lump sum?
The team has the best player in the league in the world.
Yeah, but you're saying
they want a replacement.
You're saying we're not going to pay 113 for Osimhen, but we were so stupid enough to pay 115 for Caicedo.
Facts.
Yeah, but
that's not the point.
115 is spread all over.
Yeah,
like, what,
that's
5,
number one.
6,
Number two,
6 years.
Number two, that's not even, to me, that's not really relevant to the conversation I'm trying to have, because we haven't paid a release clause up front. We like to negotiate that. This guy's worse than Rui Costa. He doesn't negotiate with you. You pay what he wants or you leave, right? That's just what it is. And we know, like, what's his name? Nazar said PSG is interested in them because they're losing Mbappe. They have to make a big move to make things up, to make the fans excited. They bought a bunch of bums last year that aren't doing anything for them. Kolomowani, all these type of guys, they need a striker. So I definitely see them being willing to say,
Ramos as well.
We'll put 100 down. Yeah, these guys are not good, man. Like, not that they're not good. They're just not. They're not superstars.
Yeah, they don't really fit the system and whatnot that he's trying to play.
I don't know. I mean, PSG paying like 112 up front after spending the amount of money that they did last year. I get that
Yeah,
they're going to have a lot of money off their books with Mbappe leaving,
yeah.
but then again, they're going to. I mean, they're the only team that I can think of that still going to go and continue to go into the market over and over again. So
Yeah.
that's why I believe that either like if he decides to go anywhere, they're going to make a deal with De Laurentiis. He's gonna have
Yeah.
to if he wants to get his money because he's also not
We've
stupid
said
either.
this. We've said this a lot of times about
No,
different players.
and I get the
Most
history
times he's
is
just gonna keep the
against what I'm
player and he
saying.
doesn't care. Like when we signed Georgia from him, we paid over the top. At that time, it was 55 million. You know what I'm saying? We had to pay over. I think it was his release clause too. I don't remember. I could be wrong. But we paid like you don't pay. There's no deals when it comes to that guy. So we
No,
can say,
there's
oh yeah,
not.
we're the only one in the market. You know, we're gonna negotiate him. He only wants to. Yeah, I. Caicedo
No way
only wanted to
about
come to
the
Chelsea.
same
We
way
still
with
paid
Caicedo.
115 million.
We
Caicedo
paid
also-
only
100
wanted
million, man. Don't
Chelsea.
lie. We paid 100 million.
Hey, but Daniel, also they've also said like we understand Osimhen is leaving this summer. Like if he was quiet about Osimhen saying like no, unless someone pays, then he leaves. If he says it like that, because
He
he's
leaves,
also
but let me
very
ask you this:
intentional. Yeah,
if
yeah.
he's willing to negotiate, do you think other clubs that may not have even thought about it saying, "I'm not paying 115"? If he's open to negotiate, you think other clubs pop up and say, "You
Yeah,
know what?
because he'll
Let me
want
see
to
what's
he'll
going on."
want to if I were him, which he wants a bidding war too. So instead of the 112, the 112 is just the floor. So let's say it's us, PSG, and maybe Man United. He's going to try to press all three of us to get like, all right, I have PSG that's willing to pay 120. What are you willing to pay?
Well, a release clause is a release clause. So if
That's
you
what I'm saying.
activate it, you can go higher than that, right? It is what it
Yeah,
is. Like
but I'm
so,
saying that
that's not. I'm saying like if there's a deal, if he says, you know what, we can't get 115 for him, he's going for a 75. And then other people, well, hold on, he's going for 75. Let me see what's going on. Let's see, can we move this guy out the way? You know, Lewandowski's 36. I don't know. All these guys are weird. They find money somewhere. I don't know how they do it, but they find money. That's why I'm not putting my hopes on these guys paying the release clause. If they did, once the window opens, they paid it. Wow, I'll be shocked. I'll be moved. I just don't see it happening because I'm hearing other names now. They're trying to push other names to us, like, well, Gyokeres and Sesko are other options that we can look at. Okay, I mean that sounds like what you guys are going to go for anyway.
No, I agree. I don't think that we will pay the release clause up front. I also just believe that I don't think anybody will go and pay that lump sum because of all the restrictions and everybody talking about like, financial fair play and everything like that. That's just my opinion. That's why I think that it's going to be more like it's going to be a negotiation where the release clause is going to be the floor, and then that people are going to have to pay above it in order to spread it over.
You never have
years.
to play. Oh yeah. That's what we can do because we've been doing that. To pay
Yeah, and that's what I think that
Mm-hmm.
they're anticipating because they've seen us do it, and then because like they know that it's no hidden secret that we want Osimhen, so they're going to want to get as much money as they can. As long as they get their money, they don't care.
No, they don't.
They don't care whether it's they get 112 this in one lump sum or if we pay 120 over 5 years, they're getting their money.
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
How much do you think Osimhen's like really worth? How much would you pay for him then? How much do you think
Less
he's
than
really
100, probably 80,
Yeah.
85.
Yeah, I'd say about that.
Because like I don't understand why they want too much for him. Like if he was a really world-class striker that's winning trophies in every club, fair enough, I wouldn't say, but
because any selling club wants to get the most money, right?
We spend 100 mil on the DM. The market is what it is.
Yeah.
Like you can't
It is what it
you
is.
can't say now, well, I'll pay 80 for him. When you're paying 100 mil for center mids and DMs, strikers go for more. Goal scorers always go for more. So
a Big Mac meal costs $8.30. So imagine what all these players are going to be costing, man.
Wow.
That's the price of inflation, man. It is what it is. The market is what it is.
If we don't get Osimhen, do you think there's a chance of us getting Tony if he doesn't go to Arsenal?
It just depends who's willing to pay the money that Brentford want.
Yeah.
Then he'll get a choice if both us and Arsenal.
I don't even think Tony. I don't know if Tony's going to Arsenal. There's been a couple of sources that have said they're not going for him.
Or they said that also that he's not leaving. Like, apparently,
It looks more like it could be Gyokeres to Arsenal.
Yeah, that's what I've been seeing lately also. And I mean, United, they've also been interested in Tony as well, partnering him with Højlund and giving Højlund some time to learn while they give him like a 4-year contract.
But they're interested right now. We don't even know who they're interested in because they haven't gotten their sporting director, right? But once they do, which they will soon, like they're trying to get the Newcastle guy out the way. Once they do, we don't know who they're gonna go for. Like we all know historically, United was the one place where they will have 3 world-class strikers. Not 1, 3, right? You have Tevez, Van Persie, Rooney, right? You have Saha, you have a whole bunch. You know what I mean? You have Berbatov, Rooney, all at the same time. Berbatov, Rooney, Tevez, same time, right? All these guys, they were the one club that will always have that. We would have, the best center midfield, the best midfield in general, and one striker, which was Drogba. And we tried to do that too. Get Sheva in, Kesman, all these guys. So we have the same thing they did, but we never did. So they're the one team that, if they're going back to their old roots, quote unquote, they could have 2 or 3 top strikers. Yeah, Højlund is scoring a lot of goals now, right? But that's not going to stop them if their new director says, "Let's go get Osimhen and pay the money." It is possible, but I don't know. I see him. I've always seen that PSG path for him. He just seems perfectly lined up. I think he's perfectly lined up. Mbappe leaving, they need to make a big sign-in. They're going to offer him a shitload of money. And we're Nigerians, bro. All this talk about I love Chelsea, all this shit. You give me $500K a week, I'm going to PSG. Sorry. Big up Chelsea, I love you. But I'm going to PSG.
I don't know. I mean, there's no way. There's no way. First of all, people keep forgetting that the football is changed towards the forward position. It's more creative midfielders, creative wingers that scores. Osimhen is one of those dying breeds. Who else beside Osimhen is in the market right now? Even close.
Osimhen, Gyokeres. Oh no, compared to Osimhen.
It's only guys that have 1 year, and I'm scared of these type of guys. Like,
that had 1 year good
in the like explosive year. Like, that's cool. I appreciate that year. Like for me, I'd rather get Vlahovic than get Gyokeres. I'll be honest with you. I'd rather get Vlahovic because Vlahovic seems like now he understands what it is to be in a big club. You know what I mean? Now he's been at Juve for a couple years. He's settling. He still has injury problems. But if you're giving me a choice, I'm definitely taking Vlahovic over Gyokeres. You have years of evidence for me that I can look at. Gyokeres, you have 1 year. Now, he could be a star. I'm not saying he can't because people will start yelling at me.
It's a gamble again, right?
It's a big gamble, yeah.
I'm not gambling.
We got a lot of gambles. We already have a lot of gambles here, so I agree with that.
The problem is...
I might say we're perfect.
Everything is a gamble, but there's ratios of fucking gamble, right?
Yeah. Exactly. There's a percentage. When you gamble by percentage. You're not gamble by any... like. If you gamble by heart, you'll end up like Fatur.
Oh shit!
There's a percentage. There's literally there's a percentage.
God damn.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious.
I'm just saying he's getting sniped.
He gambles on feelings.
You can.
Why? Why is everybody thinks it's a diss? It's not a diss. The guy said, "I feel like it. I feel like I'm gonna put money on that." There's no feeling if you gambling good. You go by. It's like a Texas Hold'em. The good players that play Texas Hold'em are very percentage people.
Yeah,
they do gamble, but
play
they
the
gamble
percentages.
%.
You know what I mean? You play the percentages, especially
you play exactly. You play the percentage. You don't play the game. But the thing is, at the same time, like I will love Osimhen, but even Osimhen is not the freaking thing that I see. That I was like, you know what? I definitely have 100% feelings that this guy is gonna end up at Chelsea and gonna bang from the first thing.
No, I agree. I don't think
there's anyone out there.
I don't think anybody is going to. Even if we would have gotten Haaland, like let's say 2-3 years ago, with the people that we had in place back then, he wouldn't have done what he's doing.
Well, I think it's because we don't have.
We don't.
Hold on. Just quickly before you go on, because we don't want to get into Haaland thing. Haaland is a generational talent. He will bang anywhere in the world. Don't get us fucked up.
Anyone who didn't think he was going to bang is stupid.
He was banging with guys in his league that I don't even know who he was playing with. You know what I'm saying? We don't even know who those guys are that he's playing with. And for his national team, all he has Odegaard, he has like 41 goals in 41 games, something crazy like that. So Haaland is a different case. He will score anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
The whole thing is
people say
why
that
people are iffy about the striker, and I hear this with Alex, right? In that I don't know if a striker completely like comes in and fixes everything, except you're like a generational,
exactly
out of this world guy. Is you don't know.
I just don't believe in strikers in this type of football anymore.
That's fair.
I just don't see like what you have, because to me, if I had a Mata in this team, right? I'm talking. You guys know the Mata I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Give me whatever striker you want. I'll
give me that exactly.
You can give me Gyokeres or whatever this type of niggas are. I know he's going to put on the plate for you.
That's the whole situation when people are saying, Daniel, about
we don't have
Haaland.
that right now. I don't think we got that. So these guys are cool. Like they can create and they can do these things, but they're not.
Daniel, you know what I don't like?
What
somebody just said about, well, still Vlahovic would have done what he would have done if he came to Chelsea. That's such a wrong way to say it. As a matter of fact, I think he could have done even better. First of all, because every Chelsea player would have played to serve Haaland. At Manchester City, he's not. He is not the primary target for the Manchester City to go attack. Haaland is not. He's one of them.
Target. Yeah. No, he's the primary target.
I'm saying, like, the what?
He's the primary target. They're just so good that if they don't find him, someone else can still like.
You know what I'm saying? Like we will.
They're constantly looking
it's not
for
the
him,
focal point.
So, no. Well,
they don't rely on Haaland, is what
they don't rely on Haaland only.
They don't rely
That's
on
what
Haaland.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, Chelsea will serve every pass forward. Mining pass is going to suit Haaland. Yep. At City, Haaland can divert and create space for another players. What Pokudoku, whatever the fuck his name, or Grealish, and that will score. At Chelsea, won't be that scenario. Chelsea literally will be like a primary sense.
With Chelsea, we will all try to feed him, right? But the opposition will know that we're only trying to feed him as well. Now he's still going to score because he's just that good. Like it is what it is.
I agree.
He's still going to score, but will he get the 45, 50 goals he got last year? Nah, he might give you at least 25.
Well, but he's not even getting that kind of things like constantly in the season. But again,
who Haaland?
No. I'm saying like Haaland, for example. If you're saying like if he was at Chelsea, he wouldn't bend 40, 50. But Chelsea could improve from that year. Let's say he would have banked 20, 25 goals a season. The next year, Chelsea will not have to go for that thing. They will adjust this situation to even better serve him. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
That's why I think the Haaland was the one that
we wouldn't have had as big of a wholesale change as what we did last year. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
You would hope, right? Because that's what would make sense, right? It's that, and that's what the difference of having few powerhouses in your team. It doesn't mean you have to change your team like
exactly
all
that's
the way, right? Like like now we're even talking about. This is why I don't worry about certain positions when people like moan about it and complain. I don't give a fuck who plays left back, bro. I'll be honest. Like, you don't got to be a world-class player to play left back for my team. I've had bums playing there and still won. It's left back. You're a left back. You're not that important. But if I have a world-class winger, world-class striker, world-class
mid, well, you see,
it's completely different.
You can have an average winger and a bum left back.
Yeah, I can have a world-class left back and a bum wing.
You cannot have average. You cannot have an average winger and a bum left back.
All right, so I got a question.
Especially on the same side, Daniel.
Bro, no, you can have a world-class winger with a bum left back. You can't.
You cannot have average winger with a bum left back.
So I got a question. I got a question for y'all. So if we had to add, like, let's say we're only going to add 3 people this summer, and Poch is going to be out. And depending on the coach or whatever, which positions do you think that we will absolutely need to improve, and which players will we fill them with?
We gotta readdress wingers, creative wingers that score the goal.
I think left winger.
Yeah, for me,
listen,
for me, Nkunku is cooked, bro. I said, listen, I'm sorry. 2 major injuries back to back. He's gonna keep having small injuries here and there. I just don't see where it gets better from there. So if you're asking me who would I, if you're asking me who would I,
has he had?
What do you mean? What 2 major? When we signed him, he had a major injury. He had
he came back from the no. When we signed him, he was on the rehab after the serious injury.
He was going through a major injury when we signed him. He was out for like 4 or 5 months. Right?
No. He played right before we signed him, Daniel.
I'm saying when we signed him. You not understand what I'm trying to say?
We
signed him in like September or something. He got injured because we didn't sign him during the actual transfer.
Oh, we signed him. I see.
He got injured and he was out for like 4 or 5 months. He came back, balled out in Germany, right? Came to us, got injured again, was out for like 6 months. So that's 2 major
was a knee injury.
Yeah.
It was a World Cup injury, yeah.
Body's going to compensate for this
but
or that.
I wanted to come on yesterday. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna head out. I just wanted yesterday's point to kind of like, because Lewis didn't want to have a stream, so I wanted to whoever the guy was,
Steve
on the YouTube, Steve, whatever.
Yeah, Steve.
Here's the two things that I think the problem is with fans don't understand when we're talking about why Pochettino needs to be out and why he's a bad manager. When you're saying that you need to give those kids a time, I understand that. There's no problem with it. The problem is you're saying that there's a good thing about this team, that you're willing to give him time. My problem is why people think that we're upset about the final loss, because we didn't win against the talented kids that everybody knows. We lost. We lost to also the kids that actually nobody knows. That's the problem. So when you compare that loss, that what happens to Chelsea with our kids, and you're saying that there's a talent there. I know there's a talent there. People telling me there's a talent there. So if you believe in Chelsea's talent, how the hell this talent couldn't beat all those kids? That's number one. Every game that we lost at the beginning of this season, it's teams. Can you remind me how many injuries Newcastle had? We got bumped. We got bumped by that Newcastle. Then what's the other team that had
Miley was playing center mid, 18 years old, scored against us. I remember that.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So all these things that you're saying, it could be true, but you cannot say that there is a talent in kids. Then you either have to be telling me that our kids don't have a future, because our kids are losing to the unknown kids. So please prove me that those kids are better than our kids are better than those kids, and the talent is there, because we're losing to the other kids anywhere we go. There's not been a single team that will won that did not have a significantly weakened squad. Every team that we lost, look at the games that we lost.
Forget the Middlesbrough B team.
16 injuries. How you can tell me those kids have future? Our kids have future, but they couldn't beat 16 injuries Middlesbrough. It's two things. It's either manager cannot coach them, or all of our squad is shit, and I don't see the future there. There could be only two things.
Well, no, Redneck, it doesn't have to be two separate things. I think it's a combination of both. Because I've always believed, like,
I'm not saying that's what I think. I think that's what people put an agenda on. But keep saying our players have future. We have a talent, but the talent can't be when you cannot beat 16 injuries Middlesbrough. Can't be when you lose to what's the name? You see what I'm saying?
Right. We 100% do have talent in this team, but I think a lot of guys are more Oscars than they are KDB and Hazard. Right? They're not like, they are talented. They're not like that.
Not the finished product
yet. They are like that. They're not like that, right? And they're not yet like that. But the whole thing is, I do agree with Alex in this. No matter how much there's bad managers, because let's be honest. We saw someone like Ole coach United for several years, finish second. It wasn't because he was a great manager, right? It's not because he's a good manager. But when you're playing guys that you are 10 times better than, I could be your manager. You should still win. That's just the reality. If I'm playing guys that are 14, 15 places lower than me, I don't care who's manager in those cases. I don't care what the tactic is. You got to beat these guys, right? And that might be like, oh, you're thinking old Chelsea, you're thinking old football and all this. That's cool, but that's just the way I know to say. Because I've seen it, you guys have seen it. You've seen players under Avram Grant. Where has Avram Grant coached since? AVB. Where's AVB coach since? Luis Philippe Scolari. He retired after he left us. All that shit didn't matter. We weren't 12th, 11th because Scolari is our manager now. We went 11th because AVB is it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just the manager.
Daniel, my problem
it's a little bit of both.
Is not you. My problem is exactly not you. I was directly want to come yesterday to answer to actually because nobody's bringing that point at Chelsea fans that between Alex, the Chelsea fan TV, and between the ones that between poach in and poach out. You either based on how you saying it's not Pochettino. You think Pochettino needs time because Chelsea players needs time. That's the thing, right? The majority of the poaching fans saying, if you want Pochettino, if you want Pochettino to have time, it's because you believe in this team. My problem, where's the belief in this team when you have bunch of kids losing to freaking talented young kids? It's not like you losing to a full fit squad Newcastle. It's not like you're losing.
They don't want to put a blame on anything.
Exactly. That's my biggest divider. That's my biggest divider between the fans is they don't understand. You cannot have either one.
People like this idiot refusing to see new evidence on the table. Yeah, we said we'd give him a season until we're 11th in March. Have some standards, bozo.
Another thing, like you can. Individually, I can blame Jackson for not scoring the goal. What's his name? Gallagher for not scoring the goal. But these kids, again, people saying, "Oh, we're not finishing a dinner," like this fraud CFC Mafia. Oh, Alex, we're not finishing a dinner. There's the stats how fast we concede the goal the minute after we actually scored. So every time we score, it doesn't mean that we're going to win the game. What's the name? Arsenal. We are 70-something minute 2-0 up. We screwed up. Then you're going to tell me that, Van Dijk scored the goal. Exactly. If you don't think it's the manager, the latest reports telling you that it is the manager because manager said 2 months ago, we don't have a problem with set pieces. How long you know me screaming on the set pieces in this channel only? If I can see, and I'm a freaking moron in the living in the woods, and I can see
November,
and I can see the freaking set piece problem. How he can see that? How he cannot see that we can see in the goal from set pieces left and right?
Why you listening to what he's saying? Because he did see it. This is why he was playing your boy at left back because of height, right?
Yep.
It wasn't working.
But Daniel, again, I see your point, and I challenge you. The set pieces does not finish when you clear the ball the first time. Your height is relative when you first how you said the first piece of the set piece clear the ball out. It's not necessary that you clear the ball and the set piece is over. The continuity of the set piece continues.
Yeah. I don't agree. I don't disagree with you. I'm just telling you what.
Yeah, I'm saying like this is just a moron. Like I don't care, man, how good of a coach you are, how good you've been coaching before. I see evidence and I responded to them. You cannot tell me to it has to be a stat there that how much we conceded within 5 minutes of the same set piece.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that those you can separate and say, our kids have a future. We believe in our kids have a future. At the same time, you losing to even worse kids than we have.
And then you throw those same players under the bus every single game for to try and deflect from your own bullshit. Oh, great. Yeah. Just wait another year. We can throw another year down the drain. Cool.
No, we definitely have the majority of our issues. The majority of our issues are leadership and stuff like that. That's related to Poch. I get it, but also Daniel was correct. And as if we rate the players that we have, they should be able to the game that we have this tomorrow. We should be able to.
Oh, Sinak, can you bring that guy that you just highlighted? I'm sorry, Sinak, for interrupting you.
You see.
You see, this is your comment. You and everybody said in the beginning of the season we're willing to give it, and that's a good point to actually have. But when you see by March that the flaws of the game, you see constant. Do you think the set pieces conceding is that on the players or the manager? This is one thing that literally based on how you set up the defense. It's not because your talent is. It's not because of your talent. It's how you concede. It's how you set up at the set piece. And if you don't see this, that this is the manager problem, I'm sorry, man. I don't need to give him a whole season. He can stay here until the end of the season. He can stay here until the end of the season, but I want him to start looking now. Because even now, he does not have idea that we concede him from set pieces.
Yep. It says underneath.
Also, you know why I don't buy comments like this? Because I can guarantee that this bozo was part of the group that wanted Sarri out. When Sarri was actually doing something, and he had faults, don't get me wrong, I was part of the group that gave him crap initially. Didn't rate Sarri initially because I was blinded by the we have to win now sort of thing and all that nonsense. But you look at what Sarri did in terms of like the principles he had, the not shifting from that. It didn't matter whether he got shit. He never shifted from his style of play, his principles, which is all we've asked from Poch the entire season. You see the shit he got. The fuck should I give Poch time? The fuck should I give Poch time when we're 11th and we don't see half the shit that Sarri was giving us?
You know what it is, Scott?
Yep.
I think as fans, we all look for different things, right? But none of us are getting a single piece of what we all look for. Like you're looking for a consistent game plan, all this. I don't really give a shit about that. I'm about, you come into the game, this is what you have to do to win. You switch it up, you still win. That's what I grew up with, right? So
yes, it is going to be fixed by changing managers because a new manager with a better structure will put more confidence in the players and more understanding.
You know what doesn't?
He's not giving us either one. He's not giving you a consistent play, a way that you know, okay, I can see this. He's not giving me like, oh yeah, I'm going to put Chilwell left back, but I'm going to win the game. No, I mean left wing. No, you're still losing. You're still. So
that's the problem, exactly. You can put whoever you want and how you want, but if we consistently still losing, like seriously.
I was saying this when he was playing. You guys remember this?
He still repeats the same mistakes.
When he was playing Chilwell left wing, right? I said, yo, bros, it don't matter if you play somebody else there. We're still gonna lose. No. Listen, you gotta change it. Move Chilwell from left wing. I said, listen, bro. Whatever he puts there, we're gonna lose. We change Chilwell, we're still losing.
And
because
mind you,
you don't know what he's doing.
Now, mind you, like even the best managers in the world still do goofy ass shit. Like Pep, he'll still like throw the odds.
100%.
Like
he'll win though. He'll win.
Exactly. He gets away with it because he wins, and we already know. Like as he's trying to figure something out, but as soon as he figures like, all right, this is what this is what the team that I have this season is consistent at and ready to go. They start dog walking the league like they've done the last 4 years and the last 6 out of 7 years.
And Sinak, you're talking about a manager, by the way.
Bernardo Silva at DM. I've seen him play Bernardo Silva at left back. I've seen him play Bernardo Silva at right wing and at center mid. Right? You do that kind of movement in this club. Oh my! You're fucking up the development. All this. I don't care about any of that. Are you winning or losing?
Daniel, we're talking about a manager who in his first season got embarrassed by Everton 4-0 and after that game had calls to go. Like there were City fans that wanted him gone after that game.
Yeah.
You gotta look at what he was looking at, and you can see, okay, you've gone from working with, Alba and I don't know if Alba was there at the time, but whoever was left back and Alves at Barca. I can't remember who he had.
Bravo. He had Bravo.
And then he goes to City and he's dealing with a washed Kolarov and Sanya. And it's like, cool. Then he gets his new players. He gets Walker and he gets a new left back, and cool, it all changes. Give him a year and it all changes.
And then his left back went to his
that season, even though he got embarrassed by Everton and it wasn't great, they still finished 4th, I think. They still finished 4th.
They finished third.
Hold on, you guys know who played left back in the 100-point season?
It was Delph. Wasn't it?
Fabian fucking Delph.
Left back.
Yeah.
Delph at left back.
Fabian, and right now, who's playing left back right now?
Is Daniel, do you know the reason why he played? The reason why he played left back that whole season is because their first choice right back, number 22, got injured. So he adapted.
Listen, their first choice left back was doing crimes. You know what I'm saying? He was doing crimes. They fucking locked him up.
CFC Mafia, if you think that I need somebody else to tell us that tell me that this is the our players are shit, no, you the ones that thinks that those players that you just mentioned
CAA Mafia. So if Reece, Lavia, and Cuckoo Fofana being injured is why we're 11th. When those players come back, where will we be then?
Same thing about Nkunku, by the way, and Nkunku has made no difference to our team. He's a great player. He's made no difference.
How bad we are, because if those players then come back, are they gonna make us title challengers? Like
they ain't coming back.
Can I just say?
I seriously doubt they coming back too, man. I didn't even feel Lavia. I didn't even see him.
Daniel,
are we complaining about Leslie Igochukwu? What is Leslie Igochukwu going to do for you?
Also, Daniel, can I just point out, of the 4 players he's mentioned, we've already seen 2 of those players play this season, like decent amount of minutes in this system, and they looked good, not great. If you're telling me Fofana and Lavia are the 2 we're missing, you're talking about a 19 and a 20-year-old, the reason we're fucking 11th, respectfully, no.
Exactly. Like
no. Again, it's the sorry, Prime. It's how much hype do you think that this young team has? Because if you telling me that this team should be better than 11th, then explain me why not? Because the things that we lost to the worst young players. We didn't lose to the team that actually full, confident and better team. We're losing to the team that has worse injury problems than us. That's it.
Mafia saying that we wouldn't be 11th if we had those players, but we shouldn't be 11th anyway. Reece James being injured is not why we're 11th. Lavia, who is still a teenager, being injured is not why we're 11th. And Cuckoo being injured is not why we're 11th.
By the way, no. Prime, how do those guys tell that we shouldn't be 11 if we never see them play for Chelsea?
We are not say the equivalent of Crystal Palace the last 4 or 5 seasons where it was literally Zaha or get relegated. We are not like that. Why is it that 4 players be out injured? 4 players who, by the way, majority of them have not played for Chelsea before, and all of a sudden we're this bad. Like, can we not give Poch Poch is not a child. He's not can we not give him some sort of criticism like that? It's his fault.
No, it's everyone else's fault except Pochettino.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, and I'm gonna go. Like I said,
he's trying to use the same tactic as he did at Spurs.
I don't. It's not a tactic. I'm just saying one last thing before I go. Think about what I said before about how much you rate those youngsters versus the other ones that we constantly lose. And another thing is how much you will not try to tell me that we are and how we are. Those kids that you're saying that we misplace passes, misdo the strategic thing, set up things. If you don't believe that those players, how you said, like why Pochettino does not punish those players for making those mistakes? Like if he sees on the field constantly that his orders are not implemented in the team, why those players are continuing to play? If you think that his orders are not there, I'll leave you and I gotta go and y'all guys can do it.
Like people talk about
Alex, my guys.
People talk about it's players, but if these players look lost, then it's not then on our manager to coach them through, because we all complain about our experienced players not being good enough, like Sterling and Thiago Silva. Get rid of them all. Fine. So it's down to the guy in charge, our leader, to guide these players through. He's not doing that.
Exactly.
We're every facet of Chelsea this season has been individual brilliance, whether it's been defensively or offensively. I've not seen Poch on a consistent basis coach us through games.
No.
Sorry, Daniel.
I also don't want to hear about injuries when I was seeing Ange and Tottenham play 4 fullbacks across their back line.
Exactly.
Game after game after game. And they're still fifth. They're still fifth.
Chelsea fans. Like, you guys have given much better managers a lot more shit. You guys gave Sarri death threats for what he did. You gave Rafa Benitez. You guys didn't want him. You guys were on his neck. These two managers. These two managers, I think, I don't know where Rafa finished, but Sarri finished third. I mean, won the Europa League.
Rafa finished third, won a FA Cup and a Europa League.
Yeah. It doesn't matter where he finished. We won a Europa League.
He was the one who established that young squad. He's the one who got them winning early. So Hazard's first trophy with us was that FA Cup, was that, you know what I mean? So he knew what it was to be at, but that still wasn't good enough for us because we were like, bro, like this guy's a Liverpool bum.
No. I know that wasn't doing that. Like,
and now we're having a guy where this guy's a real bum. He should not be at Chelsea. I don't care if you want to give time to the players you like. I personally don't like a lot of these guys, but even if you like these players, you can't be using, oh, they need time, so let's give Poch time. Poch has to go either way. Whether Mudryk stays or goes, Poch has to go.
Yeah, exactly. He's already bottled the cup, so he has to go.
Like how much time? How much people who are saying give Poch time? How much time?
No, we should get rid of him now. There's no point. We should not give him time.
No. I agree. I'm just saying, people who want to say give Poch time, how much time do we give Poch?
Another season, apparently. That's what
they want to give him until the end of the season. If he qualifies,
no, people want to give him until next season.
Next season. Okay, cool. So
give him until next season.
Hold on. So this is the logic. Say we give Poch until the end of next season. That's fine. So if we then bring in a manager that you don't want, does that manager also get 2 years? Like, shouldn't that be how it works then? Should the next manager, a manager that you don't want, who is doing a lot worse than who will do a lot worse than Poch, should that manager also get 2 years? If we get relegated,
you know what's really unfair? We give all these players 8-year contracts, and we give Pochettino only 2 years. You know, I'll give him another 6. Give him real backing. Give him an 8-year contract. That's what we should do.
Well, if he's there till next season, then we've got another long fucking season with him.
Yeah, can I give a stat as well?
Just be on vibes, unless we get a bagsman that can get him out of jail half the time.
Well, here's the thing.
Like, we can just do the Ollie thing.
In 8 months, we've seen all this manager is capable of. Like, what more evidence do you need? Like, these Poch inners, right? They're just basing it on they think he will learn from his mistakes. It's been 8 months. Like, come on, 8 months. That's all he's got. Yeah, he's a one-trick pony.
But
that's
also,
it.
we don't have to. We also don't have to make, Poch because that's what people like to fight against. Oh, he's not that bad. I don't have to make you the worst manager of all time to say you're shit from my club. You have to go, right? Like Emery was not good enough for Arsenal. I don't care what he's doing at Aston Villa. He left. He's doing way better at Aston Villa. He did better at other clubs that he went to, right? But it's still not good. It still wasn't good enough at that time. So for me, Poch, maybe if he can do better with world class, that's all cool. That's well and good. I don't have that. What I do have, you're shit with, because I believe, like I've said, I don't rate these guys as highly, because I think if they're playing to their potential, they're around 6th right now. 6th isn't good enough for me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not happy with that. But you're still dropped them 5 spots off. I think they should actually be. So you're even worse than where they should be. So based on that alone, you have to go.
Yeah, but the biggest remit he had going for him was that he was supposed to manage young players.
Hold on, Mafia saying you give him time if you see progress. Poch ain't all that. I'm saying
what progress
Reece alone helps us create more chances than Gallagher. But Reece does not play in midfield like Gallagher. What logic does that mean?
There's no progress with this.
Poch does not deserve time.
And that's the thing. Why is Conor Gallagher playing in the 10, which is a position he's not inherently qualified to play because he doesn't have the technical ability to play there?
Ask Poch. You tell you.
You know what I mean? So these kind of comparisons are just stupid. Like, at the end of the day, this manager was hired for one of the top 3 purposes was to manage and coach young players. Has he done that? No, he has not.
And he hasn't done that in years.
And what's annoying is the fans in the summer who were like giving it the most gas and saying, "Oh, we'll finish easily top 4. We'll finish 3rd. We have one of the best squads in the league. We're dark horses for the title." These are the same guys giving all the excuses like little bitches. You're giving all the excuses in the world.
Yeah.
All the excuses.
Listen, the guy, hold on. The guy who cuts grass, man. He told me we're finishing 3rd. I'm a terrible fan because I'm not positive. All this shit. We're now. I haven't seen him. Since.
My gosh.
The nigga's probably
he also
cutting
said
grass right now.
We
I ain't seen him since then.
And he also said Chilwell was the best left back in the world.
He said we're bad fans because we didn't think we're going to be at City's level in 2 years.
Wait, hold on. Wait, Scott, you're telling me Chilwell's not better than Grimaldo and Alfonso Davies?
Brother, he's not better than Rico Henry.
My whole thing is this: have your opinion.
That's
But if
true.
you're gonna sit back and say, "Oh, you guys are stupid for not believing that we're gonna finish third. You guys are bad fans for not this," when it doesn't work out your way, you just gotta be humble and shut the fuck up. For the
Yeah, I
rest
don't
of the
believe
time,
in.
just shut the
I
fuck
stopped
up.
believing in Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny
Like,
around fucking
Well,
time. You know, I'm a
I'm
Santa
fine with
Claus
you being
fan.
like.
Like, what the
Listen, if
fuck
you want to
is?
be a positive fan, be a positive fan, but don't call
Look,
us fucking bad fans.
I
Like,
Yeah, I'm
remember
just
back
not
in the summer,
delusional. That's all.
I said we'd finish 8th, and I got shit for not believing in the squad. When I said back in the summer that we shouldn't, or back at the end of last season, that we shouldn't hire Poch, that this guy, like, he's burnt out and he's done. We've seen him at the highest level fail consistently. And I had people like Moyo tell me that, oh, how can you say that? No, he deserves another chance. No.
I said 6 was the minimum
Failure.
that we should have
Yeah.
aspired to with the squad that we saw in preseason.
100%.
And
Yeah.
like
well,
it like a lot of the games that we saw early on where it was mostly we lost or tied with mismanagement. It's on the manager. Like it's not delusional to say like Ponch really fucked us
See
in
that
most of
he
our
had
games.
one of the best. He had one of, in terms of like teams we're facing, he had one of the best starts to a season. That run.
Yeah, we played against 7
saying
teams.
that,
Yeah.
oh, we were facing all these easy sides before we have to face Spurs, Arsenal, and Man City. Like,
and the sad part is we did better in the hard run, the supposed hard run, than we did in our easy phase.
Correct.
Yeah, that's why I
That's
don't
what's
get
so
why we're so
fucking.
good with the big teams, but when it comes to small teams,
yeah,
we just
that's
play
what
shit.
sold people.
It's
Because I remember
That's what's annoying.
Yeah.
people were pissed at Poch, and then who was the first big game we played? Was it Arsenal or Man City?
Arsenal, yes, it was
Arsenal,
It
yeah.
was Arsenal.
Arsenal.
And we were 2-0 up, and people took that draw as a win because we were 2-0 up for so long.
Yeah, but then we bottled it.
I was pissed. I was like,
we bottled it because Sanchez, typical Sanchez, couldn't pass.
Yeah, but like we bottled that. I still maintain that's arguably our best performance of the season, at least for 75 minutes.
Yeah.
But it's like it means nothing at the end of the day because I've said it from time. You plays those sort of teams, let's say, I don't know, 8 times a season. So what you can do in the other, I don't know, like however many games you play in the season, because you play more shit teams theoretically than you do big teams.
Yeah.
So if you're just winning those 8 games against the big teams, then cool, that's 24 points. What are you doing for the other points? How are you beating the other teams?
We're not winning though. We draw or lose.
Yep.
Even if you want though,
Yeah,
like it
that's the
means
point.
nothing because it's just underdog mentality, which is cool when you're an underdog team, when you're an Aston Villa, when you're a Brighton, a Brentford, that's cool and all. But when you're a team that has to beat mostly, no offense, but like smaller teams or teams that you're expected to beat, and we can't, that means nothing.
I mean, if we were really the Chelsea of old, we used to have the mentality of we get 3 points against everybody outside the big 6. We tolerate a draw, but we have to win those games at home, draw it on the road, and then we just collect the trophy at the end of the year. That was basically the game plan when we started with Mourinho back in 04-05.
Well,
so we haven't had that. We haven't had that type of mentality or that level of players in our team for what, almost 20 years now. So, I mean, we got to readjust how we think of this club to first and foremost, and then we gotta just get into this mindset that we got to build towards becoming that again. Now it's with a lot of the fans and everything, as far as disagreeing, saying like, "Oh, we have shit players." No, we need to give Poch a chance. You got to use your eyes. You know, it's still not good enough. Whatever side you're on.
So you're giving him a season. Sorry.
No, it's not good enough. At least
we're giving him a season because he beat Wimbledon, Blackburn Rovers, fucking Middlesbrough's B team, Newcastle on penalties, and an injured Brighton team. You're a disgrace.
Goddamn standards. Like, I'm sorry, because he got to a competitive final against the teams Lewis says. Because players that we had last season actually look worse. You can tell me Enzo's better than last season. You can tell me that any of our defenders
this is
are better
literally
than
the Poch mentality. Oh, we made a final. What an achievement!
Let's assume. You know what? Let's assume. By the way, that we have. Let's assume we have a bad squad. Let's assume we have a bad squad, even with or without the injuries. If Poch was a good coach, he would be able to get the best out of the squad. Emery, I don't care what anyone tells me, that Villa squad is not good enough to be in the top 4. It is not.
Yeah.
It should not be top 6.
With this
Emery's
manager,
getting the
yeah.
best out of that squad that he can. It's not top 6
Exactly.
worthy. It's not. I don't care. But you get the best out of your squad. I see Ange getting the best out of that Spurs squad, playing fullback at centre back. Like
He said
come
it
on.
again. We hope to win all games and make the FA Cup final. Oh, yay. Let's make another final. And then we're fine. Just enjoy the occasion. I'll
This is
wheel out
for-
another Mourinho quote so you think I actually give a shit about winning.
What? So we get an
Lewis,
FA
this
Cup
is
final. They get
literally-
embarrassed
This
again.
is literally excuses.
You can claim whatever standards you want. A win is a win. All right, cool. Let's get relegated to the championship so we can celebrate winning for winning's sake and pretend like
This
winning the
guy,
championship is
One
going to be
more
a step
fucking-
forward in progression.
fucking
What are we
bozo.
talking about?
Well,
We would have celebrated the trophy because guess what? We would have won the trophy.
You know what? If
And
he
we
would-
didn't win
if he-
the
Nah,
trophy.
you know what?
He lost
If
to
he would have won the
under-12s.
final, if he would have won the final, I wouldn't have invited him to the after party. You can fuck off.
No.
I mean, like the thing
We
is,
made it. Not everybody else made it.
the reason
Oh my
why we
Big up.
bring up
Nah, he's trolling. Big up TPB. He's
Yeah.
taking the piss.
the reason why we're bringing up Sarri a lot in these scenarios is because
They're good
we
managers.
won a European trophy and told him to fuck off.
Yeah,
Like, that's
you
all-
get sacked
that's-
afterwards.
That's the
Like we as a
standard.
fan base spent
No.
half the season saying "fuck
That's the
sorry."
standard.
Yeah,
We
it's
spent
the
half the
And we
season.
still told him to
The
fuck
second
off.
half of the season, they were saying "fuck Sarri," and he still managed to finish third and win that Europa League, which was
Yep.
the target at the start of the
and-
season, by
and-
the way.
And Prime, not even that. Go and look at what he did for some players. We can say what we want about Hazard, how amazing he was. His best ever season, numbers wise, is under Sarri.
Yeah.
Oh, and,
Yep.
and also,
and
by
Luis
the way,
Conte as well.
does anyone remember that squad Sarri had? Kepa, who's apparently our worst goalkeeper.
Oh,
That
that was
had,
Kepa's
hold
best
on,
season as
hold
well.
on. That was a back four of a washed Aspilicueta at right back, Rudiger when he was still a bozo, and David Luiz when he was still a bozo, and Marcus Alonso. We had Kovacic, his first year in England, when he looked like a bozo. We had Ross Barkley coming back from injury when he looked like a bozo. We had injured Kante in midfield. We had Willian, who people were telling me is finished, and Pedro, people were telling me is finished. We had Morata up
And
top
Giroud
as well.
Giroud,
And
who
we got
thought was
Giroud in
finished
January, and he
also.
still
This
managed
guy
to
always goes back to us saying we
Guys.
give him a season because guess
Listen,
what? We're not
I'm
going to
a
have an
different-
agenda against a
Guys,
manager
guys.
from day one. We're
I'm
going
a
to let
different-
him
y'all. I
sink or
don't-
swim.
And
He's
you know
sunk.
what? I'm not saying Sarri did anything amazing because at the end of the day, at Chelsea, finishing third and winning the Europa League is the bare minimum. But you know
Yeah.
what? Sarri, with a much worse squad, did the bare minimum. Poch is not doing the bare minimum.
No, he's not.
Well, see,
Like,
this is where, hold on. This is where we have to slow down and where I have to disagree. Sarri did not have a worse score than Poch.
Yeah.
But you have a prime Eden Hazard. There's nothing. Hazard is worth 10 of these players times 2. It's not even like, and that sounds like hyperbole, but come on, like.
No,
in
but
those
you're-
times-
I
Yeah,
agree, but I think the point they're trying to make is
No,
the
but
squad
Daniel-
without Hazard.
Daniel, I'm talking about this.
Yeah,
You're
but it's not
talking about
without-
Hazard. You're
No,
talking
it's
about.
not
I'm talking
without
about the
Hazard
squad.
because
I'm talking
Tuchel
about the
was
squad.
able to win.
He had Hazard.
Oh my
too.
god!
Hold on.
You're talking
Statement.
about overall. You have
Tuchel
two.
using
You have
Rudiger
two
and
world class.
Aspie. You know, he's
Yeah,
I'm not
two
talking.
world-class
You're talking
players,
about
and then
no,
all
but
the
you're
rest of
talking
that
about
squad was average.
Hazard. I'm talking about the squad.
Yeah,
I know. I'm
I
saying
thought it
even
was a club statement, man.
And by the way,
Yeah,
Sarri
there's a US
was
tour coming
Sarri
through.
was
Big up
also
to
playing a
Maldini.
style of play that clearly didn't suit the players either. And like he was still
Yeah,
able to
that's true.
coach. All the shit Sarri got, and he was still able to coach. Poch is not getting any abuse from Chelsea fans. He's being protected by the media. He's getting an easy run in, and yet he's still beyond failing. Have some
Yeah,
standards.
and the
It's
standards
because
for
he's
him
not
are
a
so
successful
low.
coach. He's not a good coach. That's what it is.
Bro, we're
Bro.
asking for 7th place, and he's still
It's
failing
not
at that.
ego. It is again standards.
No,
This
why
is
are we
what the
responding to
best
this
club
bozo still?
does.
Man said it's okay that we're 11th because we got to a final and that's progress and that's success.
Yeah,
Bro,
you
We
know
got to a
what?
final and
And
that's
he
success.
bottled that final, bro.
Which, by the way, I'm again going to say, by the way, Inter 17 managers, 37 trophies. Bayern 12 managers, 46 trophies. Chelsea 15 managers, 22 trophies. Barca 15 managers, 37 trophies. Juve 13 managers, 24 trophies. Inter 21 managers, 21 trophies this century. If you aren't Sir Alex Ferguson, you aren't Klopp, you aren't Pep, you aren't getting loyalty. You're not. So
yeah, facts.
What
Yeah,
what works
that's a
is
mic
hire
drop
and
right there.
fire till you find the right one.
Yeah, exactly. I
When
did we turn into a loyal club?
You know what? I wish Chelsea
When
fans
did
would
this
have.
shit happen?
I wish Chelsea fans would have this logic with some players, because why is it that? Why couldn't we just keep? Why don't we just keep Lukaku? Why do we need to keep buying more strikers? Why don't we keep
Give him
Havertz?
time.
Why do we need to keep buying more midfielders? Why can't we have that
But
logic?
Lukaku doesn't want to stay here.
No, but you get my point though. If it's not
Yeah,
working with a player, you get another one. If it's not working with a manager, you get another one. It's the same logic.
Yeah, but you see, fans these days are extending that logic not only to the manager but to the players. It's to everybody. So they're very consistent in their idiocy, right? They'll say, "Yo, give the manager 2-3 years. That's the way it is now." But also give these players 2-3 years. Listen, I knew Kepa was a bum from the moment I laid eyes on him. There's some players I didn't know were going to be as good as they were, but there's some players you look at and you say, "Yo, this guy's shit." Like when you watch Gallagher, it don't matter bad manager or not. It's not a good. This is an average. This is a regular guy.
Yeah,
Daniel, I remember before
When I look
last
at Modric, some of
season.
these guys are shit, bro. Like you can tell me, oh, the next manager. All right, well, we'll talk then, and you can tell me I'm wrong, and fuck you, Daniel. These guys scoring 5, 10, 15 goals now, cool. But till he does that, he's shit to me, bro.
I remember before last season, there were people telling us on the panel that we had to give Havertz another 3 years before we saw his best.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fuck you.
Fuck that cunt.
Fuck you. That's what I would
Havertz,
say.
get the fuck
That's
out.
crazy.
Oh wait, is that because Havertz needed to be?
That's for you.
You can like people.
It's weird. It works with some
Because
players,
you're
but with
silky,
other
that's
players,
why.
Gonna see. Hang on. We're not going to see.
Havertz, let's give Havertz 3 years, right? But let's give Pulisic 2 years. Fuck him. After that, not saying Pulisic was even good, but you got to be consistent. All these guys got to go. Like that's the reality.
And the thing is,
all right.
and
my
Daniel,
thing is,
the
you
thing
replace
is,
them
right?
with Leao. You replace them with Kvaratskhelia. You don't replace them with Modric, bro. This is a shit guy. It's even worse than them.
And the thing is, what people don't understand about players, right, is you're not going to see someone's best, right, at a certain age. Like, I'm not going to see Mudryk or Madueke or whoever's best, but I can see their baseline. I can see what their base level is. And if their base level is shit, I don't care how much they can improve, because the most they can improve to is about meh. So, cool. So, meh still isn't good enough. Your squad player at best. So, I don't rate Gallagher, because he might get better, but his baseline's meh. It's dog ass. So, like, cool. So, if he's going to get better, he's still going to be meh. He's going to be a squad player at best.
Yeah, high floors.
Yeah, but there's
to me, that's cool.
He ain't it.
That's cool. Listen, that's cool if you're a squad player and all that. That's cool. Listen, I had guys like Sean Rice, Phillips, all that. It didn't affect my team. But you can't start every game. He started how many games this year?
Shit, damn near all of them.
All? Most?
Sorry, who?
98%, right?
Yeah.
98%.
Gallagher's played every game he's been available for, I think.
He's played every game in the league bar one, I think.
Which he was suspended.
That's facts. So, and that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
And part of it is the fact that the manager likes him, but also part of it is the guys that should be starting, we've never seen. I've seen Lavia for 30 minutes. That's number one.
No,
I've seen in Kunku for maybe 120 minutes. These are guys that realistically in midfield.
I'll be so real, right, guys? Even if Lavia and Nkunku were fit, Gallagher would still be in this team. He's our captain.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah.
He's not going to drop out Gallagher.
No,
he's just going to be starting every day,
No,
every time.
Daniel. Gallagher's
He
our
will
captain.
use him. Listen, he will use him a lot. Don't get me wrong. He's going to use him a lot, but there's no way in hell the club will let this guy. You pay 60 million for Lavia,
Daniel,
and then what you pay? Well, Nkunku is just it's just a work. Come on, let's not even.
Daniel,
justify that.
Daniel, Gallagher is our captain. Yeah. He would be.
I was going to say,
find a way to keep
bro. So is Chilwell.
Daniel, I would agree with you. Daniel, I would agree with you if Poch hadn't already shown me this. We've seen it. We saw it against Liverpool. And Nkunku came on. He didn't come on for Gallagher. He came on for Sterling. Gallagher, they played together. Someone else would be dropped before Gallagher. He dropped Sterling. He dropped Jackson. He dropped one of the other guys. Like, I thought at the start of the season he dropped Gallagher. There's way too many things.
No, you're right. He might drop Enzo. Facts.
That's the thing. I said that. I said that as a joke like a while back.
You're right. He would drop Enzo. 100%.
Do you guys not remember? Daniel, do you not remember? There was a point earlier in the season for like 2-3 months where 65th minute comes, Enzo gets hooked, Gallagher drops into midfield with Caicedo. People don't remember that period.
Oh, be prepared to see Caicedo, Gallagher, and Mudryk midfield tomorrow. Like I seriously believe that's going to happen.
Yep, me too. Me too. It will probably be Enzo dropped out of anybody.
Yeah, just get your mind right.
No, doesn't Enzo have a? Didn't Enzo get a yellow?
He's suspended for the cup game, not the
not for the It's for the cup game, bro. It's not for the league.
Okay. Cool. Now then, he won't bench Enzo. Then I don't think he will bench Enzo.
I think Caicedo at most because at the end of the last game
he's going to have to bench. He's going to have to bench one of them. I mean, both of them.
Both of them played 120 minutes in the whole 90.
Yeah, Caicedo played. He played too many games. But you see, and this is why, like, and again, this is why it's slightly different when it comes to things like injuries and stuff like that. Like, Caicedo's going to play all these games, right? And I might jinx it, but I doubt he's going to be injured for a long time. Some of these other guys, they give you 45 minutes, they get injured. I don't know what they're doing in recovery, what they're doing with their diet, but you know, someone like Caicedo looks like he's just serious about shit like that. If I get injured, I'm going home, I'm massaging this shit, I'm doing the cold plunge, all of this. The reason why people are praising what Reece James is doing now is because what? It looks like he's taking his diet seriously, you know? We have to see it play out, but he looks a lot slimmer.
Yeah,
you know,
he looks a lot more
like that.
skinny. Yeah.
So these other guys who are getting injured time and time over, these young guys, what the fuck are they doing? Caicedo is the same age as you. He's played 120. If Chukwuemeka plays 120 minutes, he might die. So I'm just saying, like, I'm looking at these players now. Prior to this, I was all manager. Like, there's something going on with the medical team. But now I'm looking at these guys like, I don't know what you guys are doing. Are you taking care of yourself outside of what the manager and the staff can actually see?
Well, that's the thing. I think it's a combination of both. You know, I think it's more. There's something that's going on because all these injuries happening in training or behind closed doors.
It's behind closed doors, 100%.
And also, I do believe that because of, like, you could say, like, because they're young and they don't know how to, like, be a professional and take care of their body, that can be also a factor as well. So if you factor all that in,
you've been through my face, bro.
You see on this point.
The thing with that, CNAC, the thing with that for me, and because I was going to come on to that, and I then put that back on the manager and also the, like, medical team or what, like the nutrition team, because we've seen it before with players. Lukaku had the same problem. Whenever he was left to his own devices, he could not get himself fit. He would always be overweight. The moment he went to Inter, the first thing Conte did was put him on a diet plan. The first thing he did was put him on a diet plan.
He's got on that point. Yeah, I don't know if this news is gonna come out, but I'm pretty sure another medical team has already left. So that's what 2 medical has gone in a month and a half.
I'm not surprised, bro. We changed our medical team like 4 or 5 times.
No, Lewis, it's not out yet.
Yeah.
I don't think it's out yet.
Oh no, it's not out.
The news probably won't come out. I just found it out somehow.
Yeah, but like I get Daniel's point in terms of the nutrition and the, like, keeping yourself fit. I just think some people struggle to do that, especially like young kids, especially if these are guys who have never really had to before, like to a like elite level. Then, like, I think they find it hard, and then that comes back to you just have to help them, and it's quite clear that he's not, or no one at the club.
It's, you know, it's rough because, like, at a club like this, especially when it's like a mixed bag, right? I feel like you can do that with certain guys, but when you spend a lot of money on guys, and you know what I mean, like we've seen other young players like a Dembele. They've said he doesn't give a shit about, like, he doesn't do what they tell him to do. They give him a whole list of, you have to do this. He doesn't do any of it.
Is that Osimhen you're talking about?
Yeah,
Osimhen. Yeah.
Right, and that's why he's never going to stop not getting injured, because he doesn't care enough to have done that work, and his body's probably just deteriorated so far that it's not gonna. At this point, it's too late. Like, while they're young, you are right. Maybe somebody needs to help them, but if nobody's gonna help you, right, and you're just at the club right now where there's so many changes, we don't have experienced medical teams, you don't have a manager who knows what the fuck he's doing, like. Part of it is you as a professional being like, I have to take this seriously. Now, the older players have to help, but I don't know. Like, they have to figure that out. Because if they don't now, they're going to be injury prone the rest of their fucking careers.
Yeah. And we've seen that, like, that was what a lot of people were like, were hypothesizing about James's injuries, is the fact that he's never been as slim as he was that, like, first year under Tuchel.
No.
Like, or when Tuchel came in. He's never been that slim.
He was
like,
more
since.
different.
Yeah,
and it's like,
and that's when he blew up.
A lot of people are hypothesizing that that maybe, like, that's why he's getting injured more, because he just has more mass on him. and so he can't. His body isn't coping with it as well. Like especially the injuries he did have, the like recovering / kind of semi-weak muscles.
Scott, Reece James has like always been picking up injuries. Like even when he was on loan at Wigan, I think he got an injury. When he was in the academy, he was picking up like always these knocks and niggles and stuff from being out. So it's just something he's just always been dealing with.
I mean,
yeah, but he wasn't. But early on, he wasn't like out for like months, like he is like the last several years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it wasn't so frequent as well.
Exactly. So the thing is, I think that it's a combination of his body composition. He's a little bulkier downstairs. Pause. So he's natural because he's running a lot. He's naturally going to pick up those chronic hamstring issues.
Hamstrings.
Let's see what the surgery does, and also the fact that he has to be a little more aggressive with his eating and diet, and also stretching and everything. He's going to have to do a little more in order to be the same like everybody else.
And also, for this season, we've not had a backup for him. So he's got injured. We've rushed him back. Played him, got injured again, rushed him back.
And he's out.
Got injured again, rushed him back. And this is the first season where we've actually had it. Like, if we didn't have Malo Gusto, Reece James would be playing right now.
Yeah.
Oh, also the fact that we have like two really good right backs. Like, I love the fact that we're gonna finally have competition at one position. I want that all across the pitch, so that the best players win. I don't care who's on the pitch. I don't stand players. I want the team to do great. So if we can have like two quality strikers, two quality wingers, or midfielders or whatever, if we can be too deep at every position, like like City looks to be right now, then we won't be having these 10th or 11th seasons.
That should be the ultimate goal. I just feel like at the moment
it's going to take time to get there.
Yeah, that's the ultimate goal, and that's when you're challenging on all fronts. Right now, at the very least, we need to have a consistent starting 11 where you can trust every member of that starting 11, apart from like maybe one, right? But that one should be like a winger or the one fullback or something. It shouldn't be multiple positions. It shouldn't be the same side in terms of players as well. Like, and that's why I keep saying, as bad as the manager is, and as bad as like a couple of these players are, like, we need to make sure that whatever manager comes in next, like, there are still certain positions, unfortunately, that we still have to bolster, because the either recruitment in those positions has been shit, or we just haven't done any recruitment in those positions so far.
Do we hope there's not going to be that many injuries like next season than this season?
Who knows?
Can't really guarantee
recruitment, right?
that.
Yeah.
You know what's been annoying me? The fact of the players we've been signing, some of them have also have histories of being of picking up injuries.
Well, that comes down to just being smart.
Like in Fofana, like, why are we buying injury-prone players?
I agree. I feel like for the most part we haven't. Like most of the guys we've had injured, these are like their first major injuries. Like Lavia had one. I keep bringing this up. He'd had one, and it was the summer he joined Southampton, and has proceeded to have about 4 or 5 since he's joined us.
Lavia also has a history of being injury-prone in the academy.
We'll call it. One.
You're talking about like a teenager who's
he went
an
entire season at Southampton. Also, he went through an entire season at Southampton playing most of their games without injury. So, like, at that point, you kind of hope that he's gotten through that. Quite clearly not.
Yeah. No. Don't get it twisted. I agree. Our medical staff, like, they suck. They can kick rocks, but
like some of them we have slightly been injury prone, like Nkunku, like what's his face, Fofana. Like he's a knee injury waiting to happen.
I don't like that. I don't like if we're spending big money on a player to be like part of our core, and they're injury prone. I don't really like.
I'll be real. I don't mind it in some circumstances.
Right? One of his negatives is the fact that he picks up these little like niggles and injuries, and knowing what Chelsea's like, I don't want him to come here and then he just becomes injury prone all of a sudden.
But that's why I said earlier, like, a lot of the injuries, like the Nkunku one, for instance, we heard about him now having a hamstring injury after the fact. Like, if you look at him during the game, he didn't look like he had a hamstring injury. It looks like he developed that in practice. So I think like most of these injuries are a combination of maybe the medical staff is not being upfront with Poch, or Poch is killing these kids or killing these people
By doing
behind
double
closed
sessions.
doors.
I
Well,
also,
Poch
I
is
mean,
going to
that's a
be
possibility. We don't know if
the
they're
problem
doing
with the
double
injury
sessions.
prone players, right?
public.
And I will say the problem with injury prone players, and we're seeing this. For me this season, I don't think we've missed Reece James as much because we've got Gusto. We've missed Nkunku a lot because his backup is Gallagher. That's the reality of it, at least at the start of the season. Now,
Chukwuemeka got injured as well.
At the start of the season, it was. Whether it is now, I don't know, right? But I would say we haven't missed Fofana as much because I think Disasi's been decent, and I also think our defense is tragic in general because of Poch. That's the difference.
I think we missed Cucurella as well.
I don't mind us getting like an Osimhen if he's slightly injury prone, as long as the guy you've got behind him is competent enough when he does need to take some time off because he's a bit unfit, he might need to rest. That's the issue, and that's where you have to plan things, and that's where we haven't planned things. And I think that's the thing.
And that's why you also need a winger. Like if you have another player that's consistently getting you goals, you can have somebody coming in
exactly,
and out or
and
giving
that's
you
why left
something.
This
at least
left winger for
important
me.
games.
Yeah,
left winger
don't have that.
is the second most important position.
That's why, if we're gonna go the whole, kid route, I'd rather go get that Nico Williams kid out of Atletico Bilbao. I saw him yesterday. That kid has everything and then some. Nah, his brother can stay.
Williams,
stay
they're
insane.
I'm saying, but like him and his brother were doing bits.
Oh yeah.
His brother's too old now. His brother's like 31.
Yeah, his brother's much older. Yeah,
he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be on the market for like 40 million euros this upcoming summer.
He's about 22, 23 years
I
old.
think he has a release clause as well. He has a release clause. I think.
Yeah.
Well, he will definitely.
So go get him.
All Bilbao players do. All Bilbao players do.
Yeah, go get him because I can see his game. His game will translate to.
I haven't watched him enough. I've been on the layout train for a while, but if he's good enough, get him as well. But we need somebody in that spot who can score.
I'll be Daniel. I'll be real. We might
goals.
need two. The way I'm looking at our team, we might need two. Mudryk probably will need a loan, and people seem to think he might be a 10 now.
After 2-year loan.
Sterling needs to leave. I don't care. Like I'm sorry, he's frustrating as shit. I'm sorry, he's frustrating as shit to watch. I don't like watching him play football. He's frustrating as shit to watch at his age as well. Get them both gone and get me two new wingers. If you want to get Leao and Williams, cool. I don't care.
Here's my thing, though. I think one of those spots is the development spot because you have Paez, you have Angelo, you have all these guys that you want to develop on that right side. Hutchinson, whoever gets it, cool, right? You do have Palmer, who I think you can definitely play as the number 10. He can get you goals.
Yeah.
He can definitely score goals. He can get assists. He can get those numbers.
Yeah.
In that position. And if you have a stable winger who's getting you, 10, 15 goals, then it all comes together. The problem is that you don't really have, and there's consistency in them being fit, and in their in the way they like actually play.
And I'll be real.
If that happens, and the center back, we might do something, but I don't know.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with that winger thing as well. And this is why I'm down for the Williams thing. Is like for me, if I'm thinking about getting two wingers potentially next season, getting rid of both Mudryk and Sterling, I want one of them to be able to play both sides comfortably. In case you have a moment where
and Nico can go, he can switch on either side and be comfortable.
Yeah,
because he's
ambidextrous. Or you need Palmer to play the 10. You need him to rest or whatever. I want one of them because that's the biggest thing we've got at the moment. Apart from Sterling, none of it's Sterling's the one who can play both sides, and no one really wants to see him play.
No.
Yeah. And then also, if we let's say, like you said, Daniel, you want two wingers, one to be the developmental one. Williams is the developmental one, to be honest with you. And
I already have the developmental ones.
Nah, Mudryk, I
have Paez and all these guys.
count.
No. I'm talking about.
But Paez isn't coming until 2025. That he needs to come into this team when he needs to come into this team how Hazard came into this team when it was fairly.
100% agree. But if you have an established
Nico Williams.
Like if you have an established, because like if I get a layout, to me, if I have layout, Palmer, Osimhen, right, as that triangle, right, and the third guy is, whoever's development in that role, for now, right? Because I know Sterling isn't going anywhere. For now, I just keep Sterling there, and then when he fucks off, it's either Paez comes in or whoever I'm trying to develop to play there. But that spot is there.
And that's what I would try to get.
That's what I would do if like I'm spending the money. So I know I'm not gonna be able to get two like really really top class wingers. That's gonna cost a lot of money. Then it's probably not gonna happen.
Yeah, and
what I do in that situation then is I'm telling Madueke, Angelo, and Hutchinson, because those are the three. You fight it out. Whoever loses is either going on loan or getting sold.
Facts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like,
that's what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking.
I'd probably loan Angelo out for a season anyway. So it's Madueke or Hutchinson. Because I'll be real, like I like Madueke, but the way Hutchinson's playing, you can't deny that he deserves a spot in this team.
Yeah,
He
no,
might
Hutchinson has been very good this season.
Madueke can play both. Madueke can play both sides.
I haven't. The problem with that is, and I'm always hesitant to this, I haven't seen him do it for Chelsea. I'm always hesitant for that.
I've seen, he's done it for. I know that, but he's done it for England. He plays on the.
No, I know, but we like. I haven't seen like in the same way, Prime, that there were times that Palmer did it for City, and he also played as a false nine. But I've seen him do it for Chelsea, and it ain't the same. And he looks garbage outside of one game. So like, I just need to see it happen for Chelsea. I need to see it happen for Chelsea first and see how it looks.
I get what you mean. But like, if you're a winger, surely playing. If you're a winger, surely playing on the side of your stronger foot would be much easier.
Depends what you like to do. If you're a guy that likes to come inside, then no.
Yeah.
If you're like Mudryk, for example, would probably make more sense on the other side on the right because he likes to get down the byline and either cross it or whatever. Like he probably makes more sense. The other side, Madueke likes to come inside on his stronger foot, so it looks more often that he would be
Pause.
Yeah, but part of the reason why Madueke cuts inside so much is because he's going off instinct. The reason why he plays off instinct, as well as the majority of our players, is we're not being coached. There's no cohesion, no system.
Like how many times has still Chilwell occupied the same space as Mudryk on the
left?
That's
part of why Sterling. Like I agree with getting rid of Sterling, by the way. Like I didn't want him in the first place. But part of why he also looks so lost because there's no real system.
Yeah. But yeah, left back is the other position. I've said it before. Like apparently they are looking at a left back. I don't know how old he is. Probably like 20 or something.
He's 21.
I said about Cameron.
For me,
I mean, we can get a we can
that's
get
not
a
why
prospect on
don't bring in another player until like we get the manager sorted.
Yeah, we really need to sort that out first.
And I think that's what's going to happen. Like we're going to find out real soon, as soon as the season ends. Like Poch is going to be gone. I know that they've made a lot of mistakes and they made some stupid blunders, but they ain't that stupid. They see what it is. Like Poch, he's going to be fired. It's no coincidence that we're hearing all these names, especially with Amorim, and his release clause and everything coming out. It's no surprise.
Talking about Amorim as well, did you watch the game yesterday? He beat it was
Benfica. They're going to win that league title. They might win a domestic double.
I don't know if you watched the game.
They might win a treble.
Watch the game, the way they played, how they
treble.
Played?
Yeah, I thought that they were up for a treble.
What's the third trophy?
Or wait, hold up.
Yeah, Europa
League.
League.
Have like a domestic cup. Yeah, Europa League.
But I don't know if they'll win the Europa League. To be honest, I think Liverpool might win that. To be honest,
I mean,
but they'll still get.
We need English teams to win it anyway.
That competition that much though, so you never know.
They'll probably go far, but yeah, like he's doing bits, and Gyokeres seems to be. I tell you what, like I said it a couple of weeks back.
Yeah, Gyokeres looking like a player. He scored yesterday as well.
Osimhen and Tony for me are in of those that are available at the moment in terms of strikers. They're in a league of their own, like a category of their own. The next man afterwards is Gyokeres at this point for me.
Scott, I watched Gyokeres for the first time yesterday, right? Like, I don't know. Like, he was good. He was good in the game. But he looks like a bully in the first half anyway. I don't know if he can get away doing that in the Prem. You can't just easily bully these centre-backs.
He was doing it in the championship.
That's what we need a good manager for. Because if you get a good manager and you bring him in, he's going to teach the players how to play. You understand?
And if it's Amorim, he already understands him.
Exactly. So it's his place. So if we bring Amorim and bring him with him,
I do like the way
anything can happen.
Link up and drift out as well. Drift out wide. So
because that's what Jackson does. He likes to drop back and then move on to the wings as well.
The difference is, based on what we're seeing, is Gyokeres is a killer in front of goal.
Yeah, he can score goals. I was just going to mention that as well. Yeah,
and the thing is, we don't have to worry. We don't have to worry about the whole getting used to the country, all that nonsense. He was at Brighton for about 3 years, I think, and he was at Coventry last year.
Coventry last year, and then he went to
Championship is different to the Prem, but I get what you're saying. How old is Gyokeres?
23? 20? No, 26.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was at
26.
Brighton for a while. Yeah, he was at Brighton for a while.
Oh, so this guy's he's old.
Hang on.
Well, older.
Oh, mid-20s, is he?
1 second. Let me
Yeah,
check.
he's 25. He'll be 26 before the season ends.
25,
Okay, so hasn't even he's
All
prime
right.
yet.
Well, I got.
mean, he's basically
I'm gonna holler
Osimhen
at y'all
age, no?
later.
Big up.
Basically,
Big up.
Big up, bro.
Good seeing you.
Yeah, so he's he's a good
25,
age,
yeah.
like 25.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So what do we think the lineup's going to be for tomorrow?
Oh, fuck no.
Oh, it's good. It's a Leeds thing. It's a Leeds thing with me. I'm sorry, whoever was talking, my bad, bro.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah. I think it's more. It's like with Leeds, just see who's available and play them. Don't overplay the players that we have, especially Caicedo and Enzo. Because if one of them two get injured, it just goes from worse to even more worse. Not even from bad to worse. It just goes downhill from now even more. If you know what I'm trying to say. But then
I think it's going to be Enzo dropped, if anything.
Yeah,
he's
but
still
I
drop
think
players.
Caicedo gets dropped because Caicedo looks really, really tired, and I don't want to, I don't want him to go out injured as well. You already saw the Nkunku news. I think you guys spoke about this before I jumped on. Obviously, Nkunku another hammy. How long is this going to happen? He's got another hammy, and then Lavia, God knows when he's going to come back. The fucking thing about Gallagher is he doesn't even get injured. He's one of the most out of them three. I'd say he's the shittest player.
Play, but I think in the
He does not get injured. You can play this game every way. Like every day, he will not get injured.
Also, Petrovic starts, right?
I was going to say there's two players for
Petrovic
me that
starts,
have to play in this game regardless. And
I think
one is
Thiago
Petrovic.
Silva comes back in.
Yeah.
If we're talking about
Silva.
Poch's mentality, not my opinion, but I think Thiago Silva
No,
comes
he's only
in.
just come back to fitness. We can't be doing that.
There's the only other definite for me in that back line should be Mudryk. Like I understand he ain't everyone's cup of tea, but like you have to get some sort of confidence into
you have to.
Mudryk and Jackson. I think Jackson starts as well. I don't see anyone else. I don't see Washington coming in, so Jackson has to be up top. Palmer's gonna start on the player 9 part because Palmer got rested for.
I think it'll be Palmer and Sterling.
I agree.
Yeah.
And then
Mudryk in the 10.
Yeah, Mudryk in the 10.
Mudryk in the 10.
I think it'll be Caicedo.
Yeah.
It'll be one of the two. One of them.
It'll be Caicedo or Enzo.
Nah, Enzo will be dropped.
No.
Enzo or Caicedo get dropped.
Caicedo or Enzo and Gallagher's gonna play next to them. That's how it is. Jackson up top.
We're so lucky Jackson hasn't
Left
got
back. It has to be Chilwell. I'd say.
Yeah, probably
Chilwell because he was also rested. Colwill, he was also rested. Yeah, he was rested and he came on. So Colwill's going to play left.
No, Colwill went left back, didn't he?
No, no. It was it left?
No, he went centre back, didn't he?
Gyokeres went right back.
Centre back.
No. He came on for Gyokeres because Chalobah went right back.
Oh, yeah, but then who played left back? Was it Gusto?
Yeah, Chilwell came on. Yeah, Chilwell came on.
Chilwell came on.
Yeah, Cole and Chilwell came on. They both came on because Gyokeres was playing left back that game.
Yeah, they both came on.
Yeah. Gyokeres was playing left back and then Gusto was playing right back.
Gusto started and then Chilwell came on for him.
Cole definitely plays.
Yeah. And then Disassi and...
But does Disassi play again?
Yeah, Disassi has to. He is the rock at the moment. He is the consistent in that back line regardless of anything. Because Silva isn't there. Because he's injured. Badiashile the same, and he's been our most consistent centre back. People don't like that. The thing is, he had a bad game. So did the entire back line, basically, apart from maybe Gusto against Leeds. So,
yeah.
As long as I never have to see that fucking plumber come make a wish kid in the back line, I'll be fine.
Oh! When I said this about Gyokeres, prime, relax. He's a kid.
Yeah, it's because he played 5 minutes. Now I've seen him play a decent amount of minutes. Brother, he's garbage.
But you know what it is? You know what it is? For the Leeds game and only the Leeds game, I'm not going to give him any criticism because he played left back.
No, he was shit. No,
okay, look. No, I understand. You might think he's shit cool 100%. That's
He went right back as well and stunk.
Yeah. No. I'm not saying he's the best. No, I'm not saying he's the best and what. But I'm just saying, only for the Leeds game, I'm not gonna give him stick. But for the other games, I've just seen that he's not levels. You get what I'm trying to say?
I mean, I'm not gonna say too much just because of his age and development level. But
People can tell me age. People can say he played 2 minutes. Listen, and it doesn't take 2 minutes to tell if you're a good footballer or not.
I was going to say, considering we've seen, I keep wanting to call him Brooking, but it's Golding come in and actually look like he's a decent player.
Thank you.
Like a few minutes we saw against Preston, Gyokeres.
Thank you. So hey,
we have to.
Don't forget that time where he did a 1-2 and drove the ball forward 25 yards.
Respect my talent.
5 times in that Leeds game, 5-6 times.
Respect my Cobham talent ID.
Man, we're toying with him like hyenas on a rabbit, bro. It was peak.
What happens if we don't?
If we what?
Don't win. I'm just seeing if anything about it.
But Scott, let's be honest.
If we don't win, I don't think we drop down the table.
We have to win. There's no way we're going to lose twice.
Oh no, Fulham have to score like 7 goals.
Yeah, I was going to say, Brentford will go 7 points behind us if they win.
Although a gap could open if Newcastle beat Wolves.
Yeah.
Because all Brentford have to do is they'll be like, all right, cool. We know Chelsea can't break a low block, and we know that they've got key players out.
Hey, the thing is, Brentford are going to be up for it. I've just noticed, like Brentford are only 5 points ahead, like above the relegation zone in the Luton game.
Plus, Wolves and Newcastle draw and Chelsea win, though. We go up to 9th. We go up to 9th, guys. Consolidating our spot in the top 10.
We'll talk about Wolves.
Do you know how many months we've been saying if we win this game, we go up to 9th? You know how many months we've been saying that?
It's about 7.
Too many.
Was it against the City game when we was here as well? We said if we win, we go up to 7th.
We go 8th or 7th,
yeah.
And we saw what happened.
And Man United will lose to Man City, so we can try
100%.
We can try and climb up to them with a game in hand.
Yeah, they will.
They will.
They ain't got Højlund.
Yes, they will.
Will they?
Or will Scott McTominay rise up again?
They will.
Listen. I trust Man United to get a result more than I trust Chelsea.
Kevin De Bruyne will be.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, Kante scored again.
What is it with Kante and scoring now, bro? This guy has been scoring goals.
It's a Saudi league.
Oh no, he scored 1 goal only. I don't know where this guy's coming up with his second goal. There's only 1 goal.
Saudi league.
Oh, only 1. All right, cool.
But it's against Al Hilal. I'll give it to him.
Who do West Ham have?
It's a Saudi
Can we
league.
believe in that? Everton. Go on, Everton. Go on the Toffees. Do a job for us. Brighton. Who are Brighton playing? Fulham. Draw there. A draw will be all right. So a draw for Brighton. I need West Ham to lose, Newcastle and Wolves to draw. That'll be a good weekend. And obviously Chelsea win.
Listen.
Calm. Not too bad.
Murphy has a question for us.
Oh, what? Serious question for the panel. Do we think these players like and fight for Poch? Yes, I do. I think they follow his instructions.
That's why we're playing so shit. Because we're following his instructions.
He's an awful coach and tactician, but as a person, I believe they genuinely like him.
Yeah, I'm sure he's a decent person. Like his man management is good and everything. He's just a shit coach.
This is not like a Mourinho or Conte because they would have stopped playing for a month ago.
Yeah, true.
He's just shit. That's it. He's just shit.
And the players just want to keep him. That's why they're winning late games.
No, they're just playing the way he tells them to. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't.
Exactly. They have no choice. They have no choice. They have to keep. They will not have to keep. They have to play for him because he's the manager that's there right now. You understand? Yeah. And you know what it is? Throughout this season, we can name about 10 times in this season where he should have been sacked. Okay.
Yeah.
Carabao Cup final. I think that was more than enough time, and he
that
even
was
lost
embarrassing.
Yeah, exactly. And even then, now they're like, oh, we've got the FA Cup left. Okay, let's say he doesn't win the FA Cup as well. Is he gonna get sacked?
No.
Or are they gonna make more excuses after that to see where he finishes in the league or looking? You know, with Liverpool, okay, Liverpool from now are trying to start from the top and then bring a new manager. They're trying to go back for Edwards, okay? They're trying to bring back Edwards into the department up top and then look for a new manager. So start off with the structure, then go to the new manager. We haven't been doing that, okay? And like if Poch leaves, the other two up top have to leave as well. Win Stanley and the other guy, okay? You need to finally just bite the bullet and say, you know what, I fucked up again. And we're going to make sure that this time it works. Just go back to the basics.
Look who the owners are. They're giving him so much credit. They even wrote him a nice message after the cup final.
Yeah, but every ball's gonna do that, bro. That's your manager at the end of the day. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it doesn't matter who you play for. Poch, you're talking about bloody. If Klopp was to lose, they probably would have done the same thing, even though he's miles ahead of Poch.
Yeah, so Poch can't compare himself to Klopp or Pep. He can't.
He won't ever, bro. He can't.
Right, guys, I'll be real. Last few points though, then we'll wrap up because I got to head out.
Yeah.
This comparison thing that Poch is doing, if he had won that cup final, then he could have said, "My first year, I'm winning a trophy." Pep didn't do that. Klopp didn't do that. Give it time, guys. Give it time.
Yeah, but even then, I think obviously I wanted to win the Carabao Cup, but it was an even bigger wake-up call that we lost at that point, because he keeps on saying, "Oh, we don't have experience, we don't have this players, we don't have that players." Where was Liverpool's experience?
Nowhere. They played under 18s, 19s, and they
17-year-olds, bro. You know what 17-year-old is? That's collie years, bro. You finish high school, you finish secondary school, and you go to college your first year. That's when you're 17, bro. Okay.
17. Bro, these kids can't even go to the celebration after the final.
Exactly, bro. They can't drink, bro. They're underage.
Champagne, can't do nothing.
Exactly.
Can't get no protein, can't get nothing. It's all crazy.
But
yeah, guys, we have to wrap up. I've got to head out. But watch along tomorrow. Watch along tomorrow, live from 1:30. I'll set it up in a little set. We will be live. We will be watching the Chelsea game, and we will be suffering together. Big up, everybody! Like, subscribe. We're heading over to Sarcasm City TV. They got a nice little, they got a good little chat going on there. I'm going to tune in myself. So everyone head over there, like, sub,